dyeing his hair and was getting filler. And then I saw Nick Nolte. Seemed like he was about to die. I can't believe he's still alive, but he's had so much work done.
He looked like he was made up of plastic and death.
Yeah, it's like Jerry Jones, kind of.
It was bad.
But, I mean, Jim Carrey, his face is completely dicked up.
Yeah.
He looks more like Zach Braff on the right.
I thought Danny Cannell.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, it's the eyes.
But you're right. There's some Zach Braff and Danny Cannell had a baby, I think.
I don't know why you're drive-buying on Danny Cannell.
That's who it looks like.
That's
Look at
not even close to Cannell.
No, from the eyes up, cover the mouth, eyes up. There's a lot of Cannell in
No,
there.
I'll tell you who Cannell. If Cannell
From
ever
the
has
eyes up.
Yeah, nose and eyes, Danny Cannell.
If Cannell ever has a Lifetime movie, Breckin Meyer is going to be his actor.
Okay.
Pull Breckin Meyer when you get a chance, Tyler. This would be Danny Cannell's actor that would portray him. You guys might remember Breckin Meyer was in Road Trip. What else was Breckin Meyer in?
Road Trip the comedy?
I believe he
Oh,
was
yeah,
also
yeah.
in the
Oh, yeah.
Garfield movie with...
Is that Cannell?
With
Yep.
That is closer.
Bill Murray.
Yeah, he could play Danny Cannell.
Yeah.
I
Yes.
enjoyed Road Trip.
So he's got bad sports takes too?
I don't
Kidding.
know
Why
about
the
that.
drive-by? Why the drive-by on Cannell
I
here?
like Danny Fine.
Very creative guy.
I like Danny Fine. I'm just kidding.
That's all I got.
That is Trash Today, brought to you by our friends at Bud Light, also our friends at Gutter Cap. Always an important thing to tell you about our friends at Gutter Cap with C-Stu and the guys.
Yeah, cap it, don't snap it. It is a dirty, dangerous job this spring. The last thing you want to do after a long day of work is to get out, get on the roof, get that dangerous ladder out. You slip, you fall, you snap the neck and die. No good to the wife or kids. Cap it, don't snap it. Chris Stewart will come out and give you an absolutely free estimate. They'll clean the gutters one final time, and then they'll install the great Gutter Cap system. It's a patent aluminum cover system. It fits over most existing gutters. Will keep everything out except the rainwater. Keep the gutters clean and free-flowing. The answer is Gutter Cap. 205-823-2212 or guttercapbirmingham.com.
I used to say all the time you could not convince Americans, 100% Americans, that to agree on freedom, that we were a free country. Just to prove that, we go back to Kalshi. Tonight, Florida and Mississippi State. Forget point spread. Do you think, what's the percentage on Kalshi of Florida versus Mississippi State tonight?
I mean,
just a position to win the game.
To win the game, it should be 100%. But
should be 100%. If you go to Kalshi right now and look, 96%. That's 2 more percent for Mississippi State when we first looked at it.
And this is not point spread. This is outright win. This is State having to win the game where they're, I think, a 23.5 point dog right now.
Outright win. Like
in Gainesville?
1980 America didn't have 4%, I think, against the Russians in hockey.
I mean, 4%. What are you doing?
96%. 4% of the people at Kalshi taking positions right now think Mississippi State can win that game outright. Last I checked, it was 23.5.
That's where I've seen it.
yeah, this is probably somebody like in Dubai that doesn't watch college basketball.
Mississippi State.
And they're just going to take a flyer on such a long shot. I would guess. I don't know what this is, because if you've watched Florida, that is a machine right now.
Oh, it is a machine right now.
Now, they could arrest people, by the way.
Good enough to win it all. Somebody else texted me Lincoln Riley's brisket.
Oh, that was a bad controversy. Yeah, he killed a brisket for no reason.
Yeah. It's that time of year.
Unprovoked.
We just had one delivered to our house. Had it last 2 nights. Absolutely delicious. Fundraiser for kids, for youth. I think lacrosse, the one I had. Little Jeffrey's lacrosse team. It was a good brisket.
for Jeffrey.
Yeah, normally those aren't good, but that's pretty
It
impressive.
was really good. It was still hot when they delivered it.
Get all your favorite Next Round gear all in one place, nextround.store. From our Next Round hats to the logo tees to the all-time best-selling Y'all Can Have the Rest shirt, you can look your best by shopping with us at nextround.store. Take the Next Round anywhere with nextround.store.
It's bow time. The Bojangles Chicken Rice Bowl is back. Get dirty rice, slow-cooked Cajun pintos, cheese, and your choice of chicken for just $7.49. But order now. It's only here for a limited time. It's bow time. It's bow time. The Bojangles Chicken Rice Bowl is back. Get dirty rice, slow-cooked Cajun pintos, cheese, and your choice of chicken for just $7.49. But order now. It's only here for a limited time. It's bow time.
I'm attorney Alexander Shinar, Alabama born, Alabama raised, and ready to fight for your rights. I have one of the largest firms in Alabama, and we are here to help you get the compensation you deserve. Call me, Alabama, 323-1000.
No representation is made that the quality of legal services being performed is greater than those of other lawyers.
Jim Dunaway.
Lance Taylor, Ryan Brown. Live from the Birmingham Racecourse Casino Studios, the next round, presented by Bud Light, is on now.
Live show now as we get going on a Wednesday. Coming up later on, Brown will walk us through SEC tournament seeding. He loves to do that. Missouri could be a 3, could be a 10. In a wild scenario, he'll walk us through. That's coming up a little bit later on. Nashville is already next week. We're down to the final games. Last night was crazy. We'll get to basketball in a second. Bill Self, we've got to start with this. It's the most exciting video you're going to see. Bill Self gets ejected last night, and I want you to watch him walk off the court here there at Arizona State. Have you seen this yet?
I have not seen him get ejected.
So good, so good.
He's walking off, heading to the visitors' locker room. Everybody's got time to sort of soak it in there in Sun Devil City, and then you get this.
Yeah. So good.
That was good timing.
Yeah.
That's intentional.
Yeah,
that's what they put when the boys run out, when the Sun Devils run out.
I know
that's
it's
the
intentional.
entrance.
I'm just saying it's good timing.
The ops guy, he nailed it.
Yeah,
So perfect.
Walking out, everybody's
taking his
goodbye.
time.
Hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back no more.
What a unpredictable team. And on the other side of that, Bobby Hurley, probably his last home game as the Arizona State head coach.
Yeah, go out in style.
And you wonder how good that job is.
Very disappointing there. But a lot of basketball to get to, NFL craziness, college football. Just a ton on the show today. We'll jump into what we saw in basketball last night, brought to you by our friends at Hoover Toyota. On the road to March Madness, you can get on the road with our friends at Hoover Toyota.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, when I was looking to buy Leighton, hopefully the last car I'll ever have to buy her, I was looking for reliability, safety, a car that holds its value. I'd always heard how incredible Toyotas were. I got her a RAV. She absolutely loves it. I purchased my own Toyota back in October. Ex-wife got one just a couple of months ago. Hoover Toyota, serving Birmingham, Alabaster, Vestavia. They've got that. They've been perfecting the art of customer service for over 20 years now, with the philosophy to give information to their customers. They offer that red carpet program, give you ways to let your friends and family experience an amazing shopping experience with their referral program. Their inventory offers a fantastic selection, and their on-site finance department provides affordable financing options. Stop in, see the great folks there, Highway 150. Tell them the next round sent you. You can also view their inventory and great pricing today. Go to hoovertoyota.com.
We'll talk about Alabama's loss into the win streak in a second, but Auburn wins last night. It was only LSU. But Auburn had to have this one, and this is Stephen Pearl after the win.
We talked about obviously doing this for the seniors. We talked about doing this, for our fans, because they all deserved it. So just so grateful for our students, the jungle, the leadership of the jungle, and all of the old people that took an extra nap today for this ridiculous tip-off. Great to get a win. Great to send our seniors out on the right note. Obviously needed that one. And, I thought defensively we did a lot of really good things early. We were disruptive. We turned them over. We went back to some things that we were doing earlier this year. And I thought that was effective. And we were very in control offensively tonight, which makes a big difference. So, happy with the result and, got to try and build off it.
Hard to get excited because it's LSU. My first thought is, did he wear the blazer because it was senior night? Is that now a thing you got to keep wearing? Like, do you have
exactly what I was thinking when I saw him last night.
Do you have to wear the blazer in Tuscaloosa
he was asked.
this week?
Did you see that? He was asked.
I haven't seen it. Do I have that sound?
I don't know. I don't want to step on it if you've got it because he gave a good answer.
Yeah,
Tyler says we've got it. Yeah,
Cut
listen,
7.
Yeah, listen to what he says. This is a good answer.
Because it was the first thing when I turned it on at 9:05 because I was doing something else and I was like, oh, crap, Auburn's playing. Don't go to bed yet, Jim. Auburn's playing. Here's Stephen Pearl on coaching in a, I wouldn't call it a suit as it says on my sheet here, but with a jacket, a sports coat.
You want to know in the suit, are we going to see that return, or is that just a one-time thing for senior day?
Yeah, Key asked me to dress up a few weeks ago for his senior day, so I decided to do so, and it's I don't know, might have to. Have the battle of the Blazers on Saturday, but no, I mean, it's uncomfortable. It's hot. I feel like I'm gonna rip through my pants every time I try and bend down. So it's But maybe, if the guy, I'll ask the guys. If the guys want me to wear it, I'll wear it. It definitely kept me a little more calm because you're not able to. You could rip through this thing if you get too excited. So maybe we'll see.
The old battle of the Blazers.
Yeah, maybe he should come out in a plaid blazer.
Yeah.
I mean, Patino did it. I mean, it was willed back against Wimp. It happened all the time. So maybe roll in and try to match blazer for blazer to take a little of the edge off for Auburn, because it'll be a huge game on Saturday.
I do assume that he's a superstitious guy, and when he was putting that on before LSU, he had to assume, there's no way we're going to lose back-to-back home games to Ole Miss and LSU, and if I win this game, what am I going to do moving forward?
Yeah,
I don't know if I ever told you guys that when Kurt Warner got his first start. This is a true story in 1999 against the Baltimore Ravens. And just 2 weeks before Trent Green had gone out, Rodney Harrison hit him low. Dick Vermeil cried at the press conference. Kurt Warner's going to go out there. He's going to be our guy. And I was like, I've never even heard of this guy. We've got no shot. But I remember pulling out these purple-looking socks before that game and thinking to myself, if the Rams beat the Ravens today, I'm going to have to wear these socks. And I ended up wearing them every game that season into the next season. And by the end of the 2000 season, they were so worn down I could never wear them again. But I'm just saying, superstitious people get into these kind of rhythms. And if he wears that on Saturday in Tuscaloosa and they somehow beat Alabama, you'll see that thing in Nashville.
I don't know if it should be particularly, I mean, all due respect, I'm sure that blazer costs more than a month paycheck for me.
I bet he didn't pay for it.
Knowing how Steven rolls, but it's not the best color for him, to be honest with you.
Wow.
Brown, it's a horrible color.
It's a horrible color. It's a color that Charles Barkley wears the worst colors. That's something Barkley would wear.
Yeah,
it is.
And when you're playing basketball, you have some oranges with the ball, and the courts are oftentimes brown. That's it's just a bad color. So if he's going to keep it superstitious, if it's got to be that blazer, if it becomes like DeBoer's hoodie, I would have chose a different color.
Yeah, I mean, the DeBoer hoodie thing became a thing. Like his players were telling him, wear the hoodie, wear the hoodie. I don't know if he's particularly superstitious, but he kept wearing the hoodie. So, I mean, look, this team needs some sort of...
to take the edge off.
Yeah, you said it well. They need to take the edge off a little bit. And if this is something fun that gets that locker room kind of, back... I don't know,
liking each other,
whatever. Keep doing it.
Yeah, probably what I would do, and I'm sure he's got a custom tailor. I know most of these guys do. I would get him to put me a little Auburn flair in there,
Or a little orange and blue,
yeah,
blue with an orange stripe.
Orange and blue. I mean, you can get away with all that when you're the head coach of the Auburn Tigers or any program with their color coordination. So I would, if you're going to try it, I wouldn't go with that tone.
Give me cut 8. I think what I would do is give me a blue one with little orange bubbles on it.
Orange bubbles?
Yeah, since that's where we are right now. It was LSU, okay? That's who it was. But it was a must-win, and a lot of people still have Auburn on the wrong side of the bubble. That could change with a win in Tuscaloosa coming up this weekend. Maybe they have to win at Tuscaloosa and do something else in Nashville. Who knows? I'm not a bracketologist. People don't like bracketologists if you call yourself that. So I'm not a bracketologist.
Did you make that mistake one time?
No. I've never claimed to be a bracketologist or a meteorologist or a urologist. I just
proctologist?
Right now, proctologist maybe once. It was college. I will tell you that Stephen Pearl understands where this team is, and he talked about the bubble last night.
Yeah, you have some experienced players, Keyshawn, Kevin Overton, guys who have been through the bubble before. What have you seen out of them, not just tonight, but the last couple of weeks, as far as being able to show the rest of the guys what it takes?
Yeah, I mean, we've tried not to talk about it a ton. Obviously, you guys do a good job of that for us. So it's just it's been a tough stretch, honestly. It really has, because we just have had some tough losses, and for us moving forward, it's just got to be about what we're doing in the moment and where our feet are, and we just got to continue to try and get better over these next few weeks. Because if we do, we can beat some people, and but that's really all our focus is on right now, is just playing better basketball. And I thought we took our step in the right direction tonight.
Truthfully, though, last night TCU's win over Texas Tech in Lubbock locks them in my opinion. Georgia's win over Alabama locks them in. Not that Auburn and Georgia were battling. I think A&M's win last night locks
huge.
them in.
Huge.
Yep, beat Kentucky.
I don't think Missouri losing is going to impact them at all. There were some bad bubble moments for Auburn last night, but it's not over with yet.
Well, here's the thing. That game last night on its own doesn't get Auburn back in the tournament.
Doesn't do anything.
It shouldn't.
But
Yeah.
that game last night, if it's a loss, even a win over Alabama might not get you back in. That one might have been the dagger. So it was one of those where a win on its own, now what people do in front of you helps you anytime, right? But a win just on its own doesn't help you one bit. A loss probably was fatal. So that's the game that was last night.
Yeah, look, and I do want to bring this up because, we have talked about how bad the backcourt defense has been for the Auburn Tigers. They played extremely well with the 13 steals last night. It was really weird, though, because I went and I checked this out. LSU only attempted 44 shots. They shot 55%, but 44 attempts, that is weak. And I went back and just averaged out the 13 other SEC teams last night. The 13 other SEC teams attempted 61 shots on average. I mean, 44 shots, it's hard to beat anyone.
You're not even getting a shot up, not even bad ones.
But I got to give them credit. They did play a lot better defensively last night. I brought up Max McKinnon, who had been so good for LSU, one of the bright spots, and he was 1 of 6 for 3 points.
Oh, it was the best team effort, but it's one of those where you're like, it goes back to football season for me. Everyone was all excited. Who did Alabama beat? La Monroe after the Florida State game? I was like, yeah, they look great. That was La Monroe.
Yeah.
I mean,
what am I going to take away from that?
And then they're going to play Wisconsin. I'm not going to know if that team's still good against Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Now, when they go to Athens, I'll know if they're good or not, and they end up winning that game. It's the same way with Auburn. I'm like, okay, they did what they were supposed to do against LSU, and that was probably their best team effort they've had in a long
at least a month
since they beat Florida.
Yeah, at least a month.
So they played defense, they played offense. All that was as good as it's been since the Florida win in Gainesville. But it was LSU, so I don't know how to digest it. I'll know more if they go into Tuscaloosa and beat Alabama.
Well, looking to beat Alabama, I think they're going to have to hit some of these perimeter shots that they hit last night. That's been one of the Achilles heels for this Auburn team. And 10 of 24 behind the arc, Steven will take that every single night. Now, it's one thing, Max McKinnon and those LSU guards. Now, when you get Reitzel and you get Holloway and you obviously get Philon, different animal.
Yeah, they'll get up more than 44 shots.
Yeah.
On Saturday. You can count on that. To the Alabama loss last night, the end of the 8-game losing streak. Right after we tell you about a couple of our great sponsors. One of them is our friends at Sleep Home Alabama, CPAP Plus. Listen, there are a lot of people out there. By the way, if you know a good cardiologist, hit me up. If you got your favorite cardiologist out there, I'm not one of those either. Hit me up if you got a favorite one. I just want to,
Are you okay?
Well, I mean, I need one.
It's going to go out one day.
I want one, right?
Yeah.
They don't last forever.
Everybody's got a heart. Some of us show it, some don't. Hit me up if you got a good one in the area. Specifically,
Do you have one, by the way?
I don't have a cardiologist.
No, I'm talking about a heart.
Oh, if we're debating hearts on this panel, I think mine's way up there.
I think Jim's is going to be pretty high.
I don't know about that.
Mine's way up there. Cardiologist, but sleep apnea can really stress your heart. If you're not getting a good night's sleep, man, that can put pressure on your heart. And these folks at CPAP Plus and SleepHomeAlabama.com can help you get a better night's rest, which rests you and helps your heart in the long term.
Very important to get the 8+ quality hours of sleep. Our friends, the O'Neill brothers, both Woody and Joe, they can help out with this. If you're looking for the best CPAP gear, personal service you can trust, visit CPAP Plus. 3 convenient locations: Pelham, Highway 280, Trustful. You can stop by any of those 5 great locations throughout Alabama, 3 specifically right here in Birmingham, Pelham, Highway 280, Trustful. Stop by. You're going to find the best service and equipment all in stock ready for you. Make sure you tell them the guys from the Next Round sent you. With hundreds of 5-star Google reviews, trust CPAP Plus for all of your CPAP needs. CPAP Plus, where every night matters. For more information, o'neillmed.com.
Hey, you can get for a limited time that Bojangler sandwich at Bojangles, the Alaskan pollock fish fillet, seasoned with Bo's seasoning. The deluxe comes with lettuce, tomato, cheese, tartar sauce on that sandwich as well. Start your day the right way. Getting up 3s with that triple-double biscuit. Triple the protein with sausage, bacon, and cheese. Double the cheese, sausage, bacon, and egg. Double the cheese. And then all of the breakfasts that you get there at Bojangles, you can enjoy with that brand new iced coffee they have at Bojangles. Great way to start your day with a slam dunk and finish any meal the way you should with dessert. That strawberry cobbler, all new right there at our friends at Bojangles. All those things at Bojangles where you can make it bow time.
So our tender moment of the day, I'm watching the Alabama game last night, and I'm overcome with emotion. I literally had to take my glasses off, and I started, wiping tears away from my eyes because I thought it was a great tribute that they ran a missing man formation in honor of Charles Bediako.
Wow,
Since the Bediako era is over, Alabama played a whole possession with 4 men on the floor. And as many people on Twitter, including Barstool Sports main account, said that was the best defense Alabama played all night with 4. They forced Georgia into a timeout.
We remember the 3-on-5 against Minnesota way back in the day. Some of our listeners might even be too young to remember
all
that.
The foul outs, yeah.
But, I understand sometimes when you actually have 12 men on the field in football, it's one of those frustrating penalties if you're a fan. But 4 coming out of a timeout, you just don't see it.
That was a substitution, I think, where 1 checked in, 2 checked out, or something like that. Or maybe I misunderstood it, but I think
it really jumps when you've only got 4 guys on the court.
Kentucky apparently had 6 on the court at one point last night. So in the same night, we had Kentucky with 6 on the court.
It averaged out, no foul.
That's right, that the refs missed, and Alabama with 4 on the court that the coaches missed. Landmine Believer very early in the chat was like, we worried about this being a trap game. The coaches weren't even focused. I mean, that's on Nate Oats, right, when you got 4 on the floor.
I don't know if it's on Nate. It's on one of the 17 other assistants they have there.
I mean, he's the head coach, as we said with Steven.
Somewhere between Nate and Erwin Dudley and anyone after Erwin.
Somebody
should have noticed, hey, we've only got 4 on the floor right now. And I guess you got to go to the table and check in. It's not like hockey. One of them can't just jump off the bench out there. They'd have to go check in and get buzzed in to the game. So even if they noticed it, they had to play until the next stoppage anyway. It was crazy. But the defense was good. It forced them into a timeout. Didn't cost them any points. What cost Alabama points last night is what always costs Alabama things in a loss. Second chance points. And I have no hair left anymore, but you can't continue to pull your hair out about this team and its rebounding and second chance points. It is who they are. And I'm going to say this. With the 20-minute delay on the clock,
that was awful.
That's embarrassing.
It was very embarrassing. And then we've got the PA doing countdown.
5, 4, 3. It's not like the count.
Okay.
And they couldn't even line it up with the crowd. And by the way, back to somebody saying that Stegman was
it's the first thing
good atmosphere. I thought last night, I was like, damn, that's a good atmosphere.
They can't even get the clock to work. I'm like, what place is this?
But you would agree the atmosphere was good.
Yes.
It looks like the slickest court in basketball,
I agree,
the way it has a shine to it.
Well, they've got lights, unlike Coleman.
Yeah. I thought it was mandatory. That you had to have these portable shot clocks that are manual, and you bring them out and set them at the end of the court, and somebody sits there and runs them manually.
Yeah.
No,
I don't know.
Actual clocks that you see at AAU pickup games that sit down there, and you click on and off on the 30 seconds, and they're run by a couple of people just to have the fact they didn't have those. But my point was going to be that was a 20-minute delay. It's not the reason Alabama lost the game, but when you play Alabama's style, their pace of play gets you at the end like they did Tennessee. We're running, we're shooting, we're running, we're shooting, we're running, we're shooting, we're running, we're shooting.
That pace does not bother Georgia, though.
I know, but 20 minutes, Georgia had a chance to catch their breath. That was a 20-minute break. That was an extra halftime.
It was a halftime, yeah.
Yeah, so Alabama's pace wasn't going to allow Alabama to get back into it like it did against Tennessee and like it has so many times. How many 10-point comebacks has Alabama had this year? It wasn't going to happen last night because we had an extra halftime. Unfortunate thing that happened right there for Alabama in their hopes to get that win. I won at Cauchy last night because I took Georgia.
You like Georgia, too.
You like Georgia at Lance'sLock.com.
Yeah. And, I mean, look, they control that game. That Georgia team last night, and that Georgia team could make a little run in the NCAA tournament. I mean, Catchings isn't going to play like that night in, night out with a career-high 32. But, what you get from Blue Kane, who, by the way, looks like a tweaker from West Virginia, that guy can play.
That's a good name, though.
Yeah.
I mean, Nate Oats was asked point blank, is this a trap game? And we talked about on the show, it's got all the trappings of a trap game, and Alabama played it like it was a trap game. Now, look, Bama was a 1.5-point favorite. It's kind of hard to call that a trap game. But just where it fell on the schedule between what has become an arch rival in Tennessee and the emotional win there and what has always been an arch rival in Auburn, I mean, this set up perfectly for Georgia, and they took great advantage of it.
Yeah, this though, to me, is something to worry about a little bit. Now, you don't do road games here pretty soon. Alabama doesn't do another one. In fact, it's home game and then it's neutral site until the season's over with. But they had a massive road win in Knoxville this past week, and then they lose this one. And backing up tough road wins this year is something that has caught Nate Oats' attention. He talked about the loss last night.
Yeah, it needs to be a wake-up call. Agreed. If you have a slow start and you got guys that aren't locked in, ready to play on both sides of the ball and don't attack the rim and don't play strong on offense and don't get stops or box out or rebound on defense, it's going to be hard to win. You're going to give teams that are very good a lot of life, and and they mauled us on the glass. They got their guys shots, and we they shot 53%, which I think is the highest field goal percentage we've given up all year, which not the time of the year to be giving up your worst field goal percentage defense of the year. So we've got, and I told the guys too, okay, we had a tough road win Saturday. It's Tuesday. We're off Sunday. We practice super light Monday. It's Tuesday. It's not like the NBA where these guys all want to go play, where they have to get a tough road win on Monday and turn around and play Tuesday. No, we played Saturday. So, and at the SEC tournament, it's going to be Friday, Saturday, Sunday if you want to win it, which we've done twice. So if you can't turn around from a tough, mentally, physically exhausting game on Saturday and have yourself mentally ready to go on Tuesday, we got a lot of growing up to do.
Now, this might be knee-jerk, but I think a concern could be Amari Allen. I mean, you look at the last two games, he's 2 of 14. And you just wonder, you hear about the wall that some of these freshmen hit, and this would be an unopportune time.
Well, he was spectacular against State, though. I mean.
Well, everybody was. And I want to bring this up to Taylor Bobo, and I don't know what he's making. He needs to give it back. Because if you take away the Mississippi State game, I went back and looked at these numbers. The last 8 games for Bobo, he is 4 of 24 from the field. He's only got 3 blocks, 20 boards. He's averaging 20 boards. He's averaging 1.7 uniform.
I agree with that, but to his Amari Allen point real quick.
Which is much more important.
As I was watching the Tennessee game, it looked like he had become hesitant and was second-guessing his movement on the court, like he wasn't playing with the same swagger he had for most of the year. Almost like he lost his confidence during that Tennessee game, and it continued last night. He did not look as
in bad defense, too. Yeah. He was a little too handsy, obviously fouled out of the game last night, limited minutes, only 21. Again, it might be knee-jerk, but that's two really good opponents where he looked not good and he did look uncomfortable.
Would you rest him against Auburn?
No, because you're going to get a week's rest.
Okay.
No, Bama's going to get the Friday bye, so you're going to get a week's rest between the Auburn game and whatever you play in Nashville. So, no, I wouldn't.
What was Houston Millette doing on that final play, by the way? That looked like a soccer dive.
Yeah.
Did it not?
I thought he'd blown his knee out for a second.
I thought he got hurt.
Yeah, he got up and said he was okay, but it's a loss, and eventually an 8-game losing streak was going to end, and it ended last night. I actually don't think that was great news for Auburn. I think Auburn would have set up better for them if Alabama had continued winning at Georgia. A little rest, little wake-up call there for Alabama, and they're usually pretty good after a loss.
Yeah, and I think Alabama will probably be, if I'm guessing, 6.5, 7.5 point favorite.
6.5, 7.5. We'll get the official line when we get to that. 7:30 Saturday night, Coleman Coliseum. If we still hand out that ODK trophy, they'll do that Saturday. I don't know if we
thought they discontinued that, but I could be wrong.
I don't know if they do that or not. But back to the Iron Bowl days, it'll be on the concourse. Maybe you can take a picture with it. I don't know. 7:30. What most people would call a late kick on a Saturday night, a late tip on a Saturday night. Mick Cronin would just call it stupid TV windows. More on Mick Cronin later on. Randy Staples in our next segment. Show being brought to you by Lance's Lock. Lance'sLock.com and our friends at Hemp Hill.
Yeah, jump on board. Win with us here in March. We've got a big March Madness package coming up for you guys in the next week plus, so stay tuned for that. Again, free play every day at Lance'sLock.com. It is always brought to you by our friends at Hemp Hill Services. Trust the name. Birmingham has trusted since 1954 for all of your plumbing, heating, cooling issues, home or business. They are ready to serve you. Call Adam, Chad, Andrew, the guys there. Tell them the next round sent you. 205-229-2090 or hemphillservices.com.
College football with Andy Staples in the next segment. Our friends at Way to Wellness get you ready for football season. Start training right now for the 2026 Week 0 kickoff. Be a little less on your scale with Weight of Wellness. They'll help you lose weight, jumpstart that weight loss. The website's aplanforme.com. Aplanforme.com. All you have to do is go there and check out everything Leslie and her board-certified team offers you. Right there, you will find out they've got injection therapy, meal replacement, protein bars to help with bad snacking, and about 100,000 other ways to help you with the weight loss and to maintain your weight loss. Get the details there at planforme.com. There's no contracts, there's no sign-up fees, and the first consultation's free. And as I tell everybody that asks me, Jim, does it really work? Just look at me. I eat like crap sometimes, and it's still the weight stays off, thanks to Weight of Wellness. Planforme.com, Weight of Wellness, your journey to healthy living.
I'm attorney Alexander Shinar, Alabama born, Alabama raised, and ready to fight for your rights. I have one of the largest firms in Alabama, and we are here to help you get the compensation you deserve. Call me, Alabama, 323-1000.
No representation is made that the quality of legal services being performed is greater than those of other lawyers.
To everyone who craves a fresh meal made just for you, let our team member Jacob share what's special about Culver's.
In Wisconsin, our food comes from the heart, and taking the time to handcraft your meal with care is how we've always done it at Culver's. It's why your Butterburger doesn't touch the grill until after you order.
Come to Culver's and let us serve you a Butterburger made special just for you. From Wisconsin with love, welcome to Delicious.
At Central State Bank, we are large enough to serve you and small enough to know you. Manage your money with ease, whether it's mobile banking, hassle-free checking, competitive loans, business solutions, or personalized financial advice. We're your hometown bank with big-time service. Visit us today and experience banking made simple, because at Central State Bank, you come first.
Member FDIC.
Hey, for all of your IT and printing needs, reach out to our friends at Xerox Business Solutions. Look, I'm still one of those old school guys. I print my notes every single day for the show. If you watch the show here on the Next Round, you see all the notes in front of me. From day one, Xerox Business Solutions, they've been with us here at the Next Round. Local for over 45 years. For all of your IT and printing needs, visit XeroxBusinessSolutions.com or call 205-969-3000. That's 205-969-3000.
Think about the best summer nights of your life. How many of those were in a great t-shirt? Visit nextround.store to get the perfect t-shirt for the next perfect southern night. Nextround.store. The memories are waiting.
Hey, let me tell you about our friends at Urology Centers of Alabama. Compassionate and comprehensive urological care with 35 physicians, 17 locations across Alabama. Their patient-centered approach to all of your urological needs. Remember, they've got that new men's health center. It is beautiful, helping men with a wide range of sensitive male issues in a comfortable environment. You can always go online, visit urologycentersalabama.com, schedule an appointment with one of their many urologists today. Stop by the New York Butcher Shop and pick up the finest in certified Angus prime beef steaks and burgers, premium pork chops, ribs, and all-natural chicken cut to order just for you. Their chef-prepared entrees and side dishes are the perfect dinner-to-go choice for your family and are ready to heat at home. With a great selection of fine wines and desserts, the New York Butcher Shop is your one-stop dinner shop. 2 locations to serve you, Cahaba Heights and on Highway 119 in Greystone. The New York Butcher Shop, rare quality, well-done service.
Don't miss the greatest show in NASCAR, the 2026 Talladega Superspeedway Jack Links 500 Weekend, Friday, April 25th through Sunday, April 27th. Guarantee your Jack Links 500 Weekend experience today at TalladegaSuperspeedway.com or call 877-GO-TO-DEGA. Have the Talladega Garage Experience Passes, the best way to get the ultimate Talladega experience. Tickets start at just $47 and $18 for kids 12 and under. TalladegaSuperspeedway.com or 877-GO-TO-DEGA.
It's bow time. The Bojangles Chicken Rice Bowl is back. Get dirty rice, slow-cooked Cajun pintos, cheese, and your choice of chicken for just $7.49. But order now. It's only here for a limited time. It's bow time. It's bow time. The Bojangles Chicken Rice Bowl is back. Get dirty rice, slow-cooked Cajun pintos, cheese, and your choice of chicken for just $7.49. But order now. It's only here for a limited time. It's bow time.
We're going to talk college football with Andy Staples in just a second. But let's go ahead and hit the spotlight, our college football spotlight, Tyler, if you will.
The College Football Spotlight.
It is presented every single day by our friends Alexander Shinara, trial attorneys. The Shinara Spotlight, where we take a look at college football every day. Alexander Shinara, trial attorneys, is the guy you need to go to any day that you are facing any sort of legal issue. Shinara.com. Shinara.com. You don't pay a dime unless they win your case with Alexander Shinara, trial attorneys. You know by now he handles personal injury cases. Everybody knows that about Shinara, right? What you might not know is he handles much more than that. Bad drug and device cases, storm damage cases, workers' compensation, employment cases. The list goes on and on and on. Go to Alexander Shinara when you need legal assistance. You don't pay a dime unless they win your case. Shinara.com. Shinara.com.
Stay with me here. I was naive when Harper started to lose baby teeth. I thought I thought the tooth fairy would be slipping a dollar bill under her pillow every night.
Right.
When she lost a tooth. And then it turns out that we'll call it Terry's mom, Terry's tooth fairy was slipping $5 under the pillow. Yeah. And word got back to me.
It's inflation.
That I had to start slipping $5. The tooth fairy at my house had to start slipping $5 under the pillow as well. That's what happened yesterday with Arkansas. They get Tyson Foods on all 19 jerseys. The key to this deal, 5-year deal with Arkansas, 90% of the money, whatever that amount is, that Tyson is paying to be on the jerseys, 90% of it goes straight to the athletes, straight to the NIL. So that's like Jenna's mom giving $5 for the tooth fairy. If I'm getting now a logo deal for my jerseys at other schools, I've now got to match that with my NIL money. 90% of that's got to go under the pillow for my NIL
well,
kids.
Two things. How's that equitable with other brands out there, other organizations, programs? But this is something we always said about Arkansas. Maybe they could be a sleeping giant if you unleashed the Tyson money and the Walmart money.
That's right. There you go. There's the Tyson money. Andy Staples is with us. More money than the Tyson family right there with Andy Staples at On 3. How are you, buddy? You good?
I am good. Yeah, it's funny how you guys are worried about Arkansas having an unfair advantage.
Worried? I think that's an overstatement. Worried? I think
even the thought that Arkansas might have an unfair, like, don't people understand how funny this is? That we've moved on from the same 4 schools dominating the sport to people freaking out because Indiana look how much money they're spending.
Yeah, the people that aren't upset about that are not those 4 schools, though. You have to put yourself in the position of the 4 schools.
Yeah, so
you don't want to give up your power.
If we would have told you,
I get it. Yeah, poor Georgia. All you have is Delta and Coca-Cola to fall back on.
So I'm not worried about Georgia either. I'm worried about Alabama and Auburn. But
I know.
We don't have Coca-Cola and Delta.
This is when Nick Saban retired. It's what somebody told me. Nick Saban retired because he can't make more millionaires in the state of Alabama.
That's exactly right.
But if
he tried.
If we took you back, like the first time we did the next round was at SEC Media Days 2021 at the River Chase Galleria, the Winfrey, whatever. If we took you back to that moment and I said, hey, in the next decade, who has a better chance of being a power in college football, Indiana in the Big Ten or Arkansas in the SEC? You would have said Arkansas, right?
Wholeheartedly, because Arkansas had the tools for the old era too. They just could never get it going. They could never get past. And the problem is, obviously, you had Alabama, you had LSU, you had Auburn, you had Texas A&M in their division in the SEC at the time. But yes, they always had those tools that you thought if they really got this going, they could be a power. They didn't have geography. That's always been their disadvantage. Now, NIL transfer portal has flattened the curve on the geography thing, but they always had Walmart and Tyson Foods and JB Hunt Trucking is right there. I mean, it's amazing how much corporate money is in Northwest Arkansas. Like, people who've never been there assume it's some country area. It is not. It's very nice. Like, you drive on the highway there and you're seeing a bunch of new Mercedes rolling by because people have money there.
Be honest, did your heart rate go up a little bit? Did you think LT was about to ask you in 2021, did you really think we'd still be alive in 2026 during the next round? That we would have folded back into mainstream medium? Okay.
I had no doubt. That's why when you guys started doing this, I just began peppering you with questions about how's this work? How are you doing this? Because you had the audience already, and you were smart enough to bring the sales aspect of it, and this may be a little too behind the curtain for everybody, but what these guys have done is incredible, because there used to be a certain way you had to do this. If you wanted to run a popular radio show, you had to hope some program director liked you and they gave you a job, and they didn't change their minds 6 months into that. Like, you guys have built your own pirate ship, and it's amazing.
Yeah, well, thank you for saying that. Yeah,
we can wrap with Andy now. Andy was with us on the Alexander Shinara Trial Attorney Hotline.
We'll send you some new merch.
Yeah. Hey, we'll talk quarterbacks with you in just a second. I get bored on so many stories these days. Should I be paying attention to this secret Dallas meeting with Smash Sports and Smash Capital, or can I just blow by that?
I wouldn't blow by it. I would just understand where things are going. And where things eventually are going to go is they're going to figure out in college football how to sell all their TV rights as one. Now, that's going to require the Big Ten and the SEC to work together. It's also going to require the Big Ten and the SEC to accept that they're not going to have the same power gap that they have, even if they're still going to make more money with the ACC and the Big 12. But they're leaving so much money on the table right now by selling rights conference by conference and by selling regular season rights separately from postseason rights. They're leaving billions of dollars on the table. And eventually they're going to have to figure out how to do that. Now, they all have different ideas about how that's going to work. And that's why you have secret meetings in Dallas. And that's why you have the SEC and the Big Ten putting out white papers and all this boring stuff that eventually, probably around the time all these TV contracts run out, they will have figured something out.
At Andy Staples on social media is where you get all the links. Andy and Ari do a tremendous job every day with On3. You can get their show. All the links are right there. Just go to Andy's X feed at Andy Staples. He is with us on the Alexander Shinara Trial Attorneys Hotline. On Andy and Ari, I'm an easy sell. If we have a coach on that buys into the interview and he's a good interview and he doesn't just do coach speak and talk like a robot, I'm easily sold. We got sold early on John Summerall. We love John Summerall. You had on Eric Morris. I watched some of the interview. I mean, what's your feel about Eric Morris? Did this guy sell
You're
you?
in, right?
I am in.
Eric Morris will go and say, you are in.
I am in.
I know you're in.
I pay no attention to him in North Texas. None whatsoever.
Yep.
But watching you and Ari interview the guy, I'm like, I like this guy. I don't know what he's going to do, but I like him.
coming out at On3 where I have the blind QB resume. So I basically described these 5 different quarterbacks when Eric Morris met them. And you have to try to name who the quarterbacks are, because I don't think people realize that Eric Morris was heavily involved in the recruitment of Baker Mayfield.
Oh, wow.
Eric was at Washington State. So Washington State was Baker Mayfield's only power conference offer. And then Eric goes to Texas Tech the next year, and he was instrumental in helping get Baker Mayfield to walk on at Texas Tech. So he gets him instrumental in Patrick Mahomes' recruitment at Texas Tech. He found Cam Ward when he was the head coach at Incarnate Word. He found John Mateer. He was John Mateer's first power conference offer when he was the OC at Washington State. And now you got Drew Mestemaker, who's his quarterback at Oklahoma State. Led the nation last year at North Texas in yards per attempt and passing yards per game, so volume and efficiency. And how many games did Drew Mestemaker start as a varsity quarterback in high school in Austin, Texas? That would be 0.
Wow.
Oh, no way. Safety and a punter.
Incredible.
No way.
A safety and a punter?
That's incredible.
Third down quick kick is in play with
he was the backup quarterback, but he couldn't win the job. And so he was taking lessons from Jeff Christensen, who also trains Mahomes. And Jeff Christensen calls Eric Morris when Eric Morris is the head coach at North Texas and says, listen, you got a walk-on spot. I got this kid, great thrower of the football. He's your next NFL quarterback. And Eric Morris is like, cool. Can you send me his film? And Christian is like, well, there's a little problem with that. We don't really have a lot of film of him playing quarterback. So he throws for Morris. Morris says, fine, you can have a walk-on spot. He's basically the 5th QB going into camp. By the end of camp in 2024, he was the backup.
Wow.
It was crazy.
What a story.
But that's the thing. And so Ryan, it's not just Eric Morris. I'm a little worried about myself this year because I feel like I'm drinking a lot of Kool-Aid because you mentioned John Summerall.
Mm-hmm.
We had John Summerall on the show last week, and he was delightful.
He's great.
Eric Morris was awesome. I'm really excited about what he could do at Oklahoma State. We've had Alex Golish on, the new Auburn coach. We've had Will Stein on, the new Kentucky coach. All of those guys, you talk to them, and it's like, this guy gets it. He's going to be really good. And the problem is when you get all these jobs, like, they can't all be really good. So we don't know who's going to be and who's not. But what I think has happened, especially with this cycle, is you have a lot of really young, kind of new age, and new age is probably the wrong word for it. They're not all crystals and meditation. They are younger, coaching differently, looking at the game differently. They have come up in this era more. It's not they're fighting against it. It's not that they're trying to adjust to it. This is just what they know. And I think it's interesting because I feel like it's a generational shift going on right now. And like, you talk to Will Stein at Kentucky, and it's like, oh, wow, Kentucky might be good. Because Kentucky went all in terms of resources. Yeah. You look at what Will Stein was able to get out of the portal. You look at them being very competitive in their offer to Sam Leavitt out of the portal. They wound up getting Kenny Menchie, who was Notre Dame's backup last year. I'm really excited to see what all these guys do. And like you talked to Alex Golish, he's bringing Byron Brown from USF, who was outstanding at USF. He's bringing the center from USF. They're bringing a lot of the institutional knowledge that will help them have a head start. And I asked Alex, I was like, how does it feel to, have not only have your quarterback, but have your center? He's like, I can actually sleep at night. And he's not joking about that.
When you look at the SEC, kind of the pecking order of the quarterbacks, when you bring up Byron Brown, I mean, obviously you got Arts there, Gunnar Stockton. You would probably throw a healthy Sam Leavitt at LSU.
Trinidad Chambliss.
Do you have Byron Brown on that backside of the top 5, though, going into the season?
I would think so, because he's so effective throwing the ball and running. And you can say, well, that's just at USF. But, like, we saw him going to Gainesville against, like, Florida's defense wasn't bad last year. That Florida's defense wasn't the problem. And we saw him going to Gainesville and beat Florida. I think Byron Brown, if things go well, and I think Alex Golish has put pretty good talent around him, but we'll see with the offensive line. It really will depend on how good that offensive line is. Byron Brown could be one of the best quarterbacks in the country, not just the SEC. He's got all the tools for it. He knows this offense really well. Now, what I will say is, if you look at what Golish has done, they are going to run the ball. They are determined to run the ball because they keep Cobb, who was Auburn's number 1 running back last year. They went out and got the number 1 running backs from Baylor, USF, and Troy to add to that backfield. So they're going to be probably, I would think, 55, 60% run team. And remember, Byron Brown's a big piece of that, because Byron Brown gained 1,000 yards on the ground last year.
Yeah. Auburn fans will eat that up with a big spoon. For Alabama fans, you just, with Kalen DeBoer's reputation, you just assume they will get quarterback right. Are you dumb to think, if you're a fan, that it's a plug and play with Keelan Russell or Austin Mack at the quarterback position?
I don't think it's plug and play, but I don't think quarterback was wrong last year.
Right.
I think Ty Simpson carried them for most of the season. I think they got to get offensive line right. And, there's a reason they brought in Adrian Clem to coach that line. They've also changed out their tight ends coach. Clearly, protection and run blocking was the offseason focus here, because I would argue that they got exactly what they needed out of Ty Simpson. I don't think he did anything to hurt them. And, when he got banged up because he was carrying them, they didn't look very good. You go to the SEC championship game against Georgia, and he's getting, I think he tweaked his ankle at that point, and he's just kind of, being held together by coat hangers at that point. You didn't get much out of him. But when he was healthy, he was keeping them winning against really good teams in the middle of the season. They've got to be able to run the ball. They've got to be able to protect the quarterback. So it almost doesn't matter if it's Keelan Russell or Austin Mack if they can't block for him. And that's the trick. So
yeah.
I have faith that they'll pick a good quarterback, and it seems like they've got 2 really good ones. But will they be able to block for them? Because the Alabama we saw at the end of the season, the Georgia game, the Oklahoma game, which they won, but they were not running effectively in that game. and the Indiana game, of course, that can't happen. If you play a whole season like that with a 9-game SEC conference schedule, you're probably not making the playoff again.
Andy Staples is with us on 3 at Andy Staples on social media. He's on the Alexander Shinara Trial Attorneys Hotline. These guys will verify the minute the speculation started that Josh Hoover was hitting the portal. And you know how much quarterback tape I grind. I said that is my favorite guy right there. Now, Cignetti has yet to miss on this, so that to me verifies it even more. Do you like that spot for him, Josh Hoover replacing Mendoza?
Yeah.
I love the guy.
Absolutely. And remember Josh Hoover when Nico Iamaleava left Tennessee last spring was the guy Tennessee reached out to. He ended up staying at TCU, but he had also had plenty of people reach out to him in the winter portal before that. He was a guy that a lot of people wanted. So I agree with you. I think this is a good spot for him. I think his skill set should work well with their offense. Now the question is, what is that going to look like? Because it's going to be newer people. It's not going to be the guys who led them to the national title necessarily, because remember, they're losing some good offensive line. Their center, Pat Coogan, who they got from Notre Dame last year, he's going pro. Several other offensive linemen going pro. Now, the left tackle, Carter Smith, is coming back. But then you've got Elijah Surratt and Omar Cooper, who are probably the two best receivers. They're gone. But you saw Charlie Becker emerge at the end of last season as an absolute threat. Like, if Josh Hoover can throw that little back shoulder, Charlie Becker's going to eat. They're going to convert every third down. So I think he's in a good spot. Now, let me give you guys a name, though. That's really interesting. So Josh Hoover leaves TCU. TCU needs a starting quarterback. They bring in a guy named Jaden Craig. Jaden Craig already has his degree. Do you know where he has his degree from?
MIT.
Same general vicinity. Harvard.
Oh, he's a Harvard man.
He's a Harvard man. Yeah. And so Harvard's all-time leading passer. But the way the Ivy League works is if you don't play as a freshman in the Ivy League, they don't view that as a redshirt. Like, you get 4 years to play 4, and you're done. So you can't play in the Ivy League anymore after 4 years. He didn't play as a freshman, so everybody else in the NCAA views that as a redshirt year. And so he can play, anywhere else he wants other than the Ivy League. So he's coming in as Harvard's all-time leading passer, and they just apparently love him at TCU. They're really excited. So they're going to unleash him on Bill Belichick and the boys in Ireland in August.
So you brought up John Summerall, and when you start to, and we went through the schedule the other day, and I think 8-4 is probably the number, but there is 10 wins in sight, and you look at the roster, and they've got a lot of talent, Andy. But the quarterback position, Aaron Philo, where are you on the Georgia Tech transfer, which we didn't see a lot of behind Haynes King?
Well, we saw more than we remember. Philo had to start a couple games 2 years ago. He didn't have to play as much last year because King stayed healthier. But we did see Philo play, and I think Philo was pretty effective when he had to play. Like when you're throwing him in against a Notre Dame team that winds up going to the national title game, you don't expect too much for a guy making. That might have been his first career start. I don't know if it's first or second, but I thought he was pretty effective when they played him. But the thing is, don't assume it's Aaron Philo as a starting quarterback at Florida. I think there's a real competition there because Tramel Jones Jr. was the guy who was taking all the first-team reps when DJ Lagway was hurt all offseason last year. The roster loved Tramel Jones Jr. There was interest in him to potentially go start elsewhere. Florida did pay up to keep him, and I don't think they paid up to keep him just to hand Aaron Philo the job. I think there's a real competition going on there this spring.
All right, he is Andy Staples. More conversation like that with he and Ari all day, or not all day, but every day on 3.
It feels like all day sometimes.
If it was all day, Andy would be like, man, I need a vacation very, very badly. Favorite thing you have eaten recently that we would like to know about? Andy's a big food guy. This was not that.
I was going to say, I haven't been on the road. Okay. When we were in Miami for the national title game, we went to this Roman restaurant called Mother Wolf. Unreal. It's a fine dining experience, but it's one of those, like, just get one of everything and share it with everybody at the table. The pastas are incredible. They had this ribeye at the end of the dinner that was unreal. Desserts were great, but the drinks were out of this world. So yeah, Mother Wolf, which I guess it started in Vegas. So there's one in Vegas, one in LA, and one in Miami. if you get a chance, it's unbelievable.
I am all in.
I've neever heard it described as a Roman restaurant before. Anything like that? Do we afterwards? Do we go somewhere and purge?
The logo is Romulus and Remus.
Yeah. It's an orgy afterwards, though.
Mother Wolf. But the background, the culinary background, because like Italy is a very long country.
Right.
It's very different geographically. Like if you eat in northern Italy, the food is very different than the food in southern Italy. And Rome in central Italy has its own kind of cuisine. So that's where their roots are.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I never liked eggplant parmesan until I had it Sicilian style, which is different than what normal eggplant parmesan is.
Like remember in The Sopranos, they go to Naples.
Yeah.
And they're making fun of one of the guys for asking for noodles and sauce, because in southern Italy it's almost all seafood based.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the website of Mother Wolf.
As am I.
Yeah, the fine dining. I mean, it looks like the interior of the Titanic, like the setup. I mean, it's pretty crazy.
It's Miami. They got to impress you.
Yeah.
They're going to go all out. They're going to be over the top in Miami, and they definitely are over the top in terms of decor.
I wonder what the average price point per head at Mother Wolf is in Miami. It's got to be $200, right? If you're drinking wine, at least.
Probably if you're having drinks, I'm trying to think of how many we had. I'd say that's probably about right. Like I said, it's a fine dining experience in a big city.
It looks great.
Yeah, it's a special occasion, but it's worth it. And that's the trick. When you're going to spend money like that, is it worth it?
Andy, I am to the point in life, like I don't do the bars anymore. We used to go out and we'd hit 5, 6, 7 bars. End of the night, you spent $300. I would rather go sit at Mother Wolf
100%.
for 3 or 4 hours and spend $200, $250.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Like when you realize you're getting old is when instead of wanting to go to 4 bars, you find one place that makes great drinks.
That's right. And good food.
Where you can actually have a conversation with somebody.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
And you just give them all your money.
Yes. Andy, thank you for the time. Always a pleasure to speak with you. We'll do it again soon, I hope.
Thanks, guys.
All right, buddy. Take care. Andy Staples with us from On3 at Andy Staples on social media. Get the links to everything he does right there. He was on the Alexander Shannara Trial Attorneys Hotline.
Road game, you ought to go. If you go to, or not road game, home game for your Miami Dolphins. It looks like a good spot.
Already looking.
Viewing menu today brought to you by our friends at Michelson Laser Vision. Before LT tells us about Michelson again, I want to remind you that you guys can do what some of your fellow viewers and listeners did yesterday, is go and watch The Next Reel. The Next Reel is available on YouTube. Cannot endorse it stronger than I'm endorsing it right now, so help us out and go and enjoy The Next Reel. Tyler, say something about that before he tells us about Michelson.
It's a lot of fun. Lance and I are big movie fans. We watch a ton of them. And if you like movies too and you want to keep up with what we're watching, what we think about everything, go check it out. It's on the Next Round channel. I made a section for it on the homepage. So if that's easier for you to find, then you can find it there. And I'll also drop the link in the chat as well.
And you will work hard to keep it different than what's discussed in this segment on this show on that one. So there's not really a lot of duplication. So if it's something here, don't feel like you're getting everything there that you get here. 2 different conversations. Brought to you by our friends at Michelson.
Michelson Laser Vision. If you wear the contacts or glasses, you owe it to yourself to find out if LASIK is right for you. 205-969-8100. Ask for Amy Teller. The Next Round sent you. She will hook you up with a hassle-free consultation, 0 to lose, to find out if LASIK is right for you. Dr. Mark Michelson, Dr. Jen Michelson, best in the business. Make the phone call that I made, 205-969-8100 or michelsonlaservision.com.
We have a new series on Prime tonight. It is Young Sherlock from Guy Ritchie. A disgraced young Sherlock Holmes finds himself wrapped up in a murder case that threatens his liberty. His first ever case unravels a globe-trotting conspiracy culminating in an explosive showdown that changes his life forever.
Yeah, I saw previews for this. Didn't look too bad.
Yeah, it doesn't look bad at all. And it's been a while since we've gotten anything Sherlock Holmes, I feel. The BBC had that Benedict Cumberbatch show.
I tried that one, and I watched one episode, and I was like, no thanks.
You're not a big Sherlock guy?
I've never liked that genre.
Really?
The Sherlock, that franchise, I guess, trying to use y'all's terminology. I've never liked any Sherlock Holmes stuff.
I gotcha. I really enjoy the Robert Downey Jr. movies with Sherlock.
I still haven't seen those, and I like Guy Ritchie a lot.
A lot of fun. Those movies are a lot of fun. I would really recommend
I'll tell you, though, and we talked about this on The Next Reel, I went back and watched Murder on the Orient Express, the original one from 1974. You know, they remade it a few years ago. I never saw that one. You do not want to watch a whodunit on an edible.
I don't know.
You can't keep up with it. Yeah, you're like,
I got
damn,
no idea.
there's 13 suspects. All these son bitches had a motive.
Yeah.
I am completely lost.
Next up, Netflix has added a movie that Bo said he tried to watch but couldn't get into. But I've been looking forward to watching this because it's one that I missed out on. It's called The Green Knight. King Arthur's headstrong nephew embarks on a daring quest to confront the Green Knight, a mysterious giant who appears at Camelot. Risking his head, he sets off on an epic adventure to prove himself before his family in court. It stars Dev Patel, Barry Keoghan, Alicia Vikander, and Ralph Ineson.
It's a good cast.
It is a good cast. I really like.
I still haven't seen it. I've heard it's very, very strange.
Yeah, I've heard that as well. I really like Ralph Ineson though. He gets a lot of small roles in these spookier movies, and he always knocks it out of the park. And then finally, on viewing menu, Paramount Plus has added this to its catalog, and it's also available for rental on Prime. So last week, I rewatched Inception because I had only seen it one time, and I was kind of too young to really understand the movie when I saw it the first time, so I had to rewatch it. So I'm going to do something similar this week. Chinatown. I watched that when I was like 13 or 14. No way I could have understood that movie then.
Politics, man.
Yeah, I don't know about water rights.
Yeah,
so
great performance from Jack Nicholson, though.
Yes.
And Faye Dunaway.
Yes, and John Huston as well.
Faye Dunaway? Faye Dunaway.
I recently watched, over the last couple of days, Panic Room. And it's the first time I've seen it since 2002.
Yeah, I think it's okay.
Yeah, just because I'm such a David Fincher guy, and I had forgotten that David Fincher actually directed it, so I went back and watched it. It was an interesting concept. Awesome house she lived in.
Yeah, great house. I thought the movie was just okay.
Yeah, it was very average. Very
young
average.
Kristen Stewart in that movie, I think.
Okay.
Yep. Can't tell whether she's a boy or girl in the movie, but she is.
That's how young.
Yeah. I guess she still can't now. But,
I was going to say, that's a lot of later roles, too. That's all I got.
That's what Tyler and LT are talking about, brought to you by our friends at Michelson. Don't forget the next reel available right here on this YouTube channel, or if you're listening to us, is it audio form anywhere or just all video form?
Yes, I have put it up on Spotify, so it's also available on Apple Podcasts and wherever else our distributor sends it out to. But those are the two big ones.
Fantastic. One Man in the Toolbox has been fantastic as well, working with us up here in the new Bourbon Room that LT does Bama and Bourbon in.
Yeah, we'll be doing a Bama and Bourbon today after the show, and we've got some a new little look in there. A wrinkle. It looks really good, doesn't it?
Very good, very good. Love what they did.
And this is thanks to our friends at One Man in the Toolbox. They came out, they hung these bourbon shelves. I had them come out and completely redo my office at the house a couple of months ago. One Man in the Toolbox performs handyman services for homes and commercial properties in Birmingham, Tuscaloosa, Montgomery, surrounding areas. They do regular repairs, maintenance, also small project renovations and updates. They've got multiple technicians with different skill sets. They can tackle most any item in your home. Call for the free estimate today, 205-823-2111. Very important when you talk to Jessica, you talk to Jay, any of the fine folks there, mention the next round. You're going to get a $25 discount for the first hour of service. For more information on all of the great services they do, go to onemaninthettoolbox.com.
Tournament time in basketball. Enjoy it with our friends at Walk On. 7 conference tournaments underway today, continuing all through next week. And then the brackets, you can enjoy it with our friends at Walk On, where every day is game day, whether it's a post-win celebration, drinks after work, or taking the family for some made-from-scratch favorites. Walk-Ons is your go-to for good times with wall-to-wall TVs, the craft beer, just a wall of those as well, and the great food as well. Stop by today or order online in the app. Walk-On Sports Bistro, Trustful, Greystone, and Stadium Trace. It's game on at Walk-Ons.
Take the next round anywhere you go with official Next Round gear. Buy yours today at nextround.store.
I'm attorney Alexander Shinar, Alabama born, Alabama raised, and ready to fight for your rights. I have one of the largest firms in Alabama, and we are here to help you get the compensation you deserve. Call me, Alabama, 323-1000.
No representation is made that the quality of legal services to be performed is greater than those of other lawyers.
To everyone who craves a fresh meal made just for you, let our team member Jacob share what's special about Culver's.
In Wisconsin, our food comes from the heart, and taking the time to handcraft your meal with care is how we've always done it at Culver's. It's why your Butterburger doesn't touch the grill until after you order.
Come to Culver's and let us serve you a Butterburger made special just for you. From Wisconsin with love, welcome to Delicious.
At Central State Bank, we are large enough to serve you and small enough to know you. Manage your money with ease, whether it's mobile banking, hassle-free checking, competitive loans, business solutions, or personalized financial advice. We're your hometown bank with big-time service. Visit us today and experience banking made simple, because at Central State Bank, you come first.
Member FDIC.
Storm season is here. Make sure you have a plan of action in place right now. Greg from Pell City and Storm Restoration Roofing should be your first call when storms hit. Insurance companies love working with Storm Restoration Roofing because of Greg Nelson's name and reputation in the industry. When storms hit, call Greg Nelson. He's local, 205-542-3531. He's the home of the free no-cost roof inspection. Greg from Pell City on Facebook, 205-542-3531. It's Storm Restoration Roofing.
Get all your favorite Next Round gear all in one place. NextRound.store. From our Next Round hats to the logo tees to the all-time best-selling Y'all Can Have the Rest shirt. You can look your best by shopping with us at NextRound.store. Take the next round anywhere with NextRound.store.
Hey, there's nothing worse than waking up to a plumbing problem. Don't get caught in a flooded house. Call the guys at Hemp Hill Services. Adam, Chad, and the team at Hemp Hill are the only ones I trust to fix it and fix it right the first time. Hemp Hill Services does it right and always at a fair price. For all of your plumbing, cooling, and heating needs, trust the name that Birmingham has trusted since 1954. That is Hemp Hill Services. Call now, 205-229-2090. That's 205-229-2090. Hey, Lance Taylor from the Next Round to tell you about one of our favorite places for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That is Hamburger Heaven since 1982. Hamburger Heaven has been serving Birmingham's best hamburgers, cheeseburgers, French fries, hand-spun milkshakes, and sandwiches made fresh to order. All of their ingredients are fresh and prepared daily. This includes their beef, always fresh, never frozen, hand-pattied each and every day. For breakfast, lunch, or dinner, visit any of the 4 locations, Highway 280, Irondale, Gardendale, and Homewood.
Let's go racing. It's time for the Jack Links 500 at Talladega, April the 27th, and you can get your tickets right now at TalladagaSuperspeedway.com or calling 877-GO-TO-DEGA. Don't forget to enhance your ticket with the Garage Experience, everything from watching the Cup teams work on the cars to the Mobil 1 Victory Lane Trophy presentation. The most exciting, unpredictable racing in the world at Talladega. TalladagaSuperspeedway.com, 877-GO-TO-DEGA.
It's bow time. The Bojangles Chicken Rice Bowl is back. Get dirty rice, slow-cooked Cajun pintos, cheese, and your choice of chicken for just $7.49. But order now. It's only here for a limited time. It's bow time. It's bow time. The Bojangles Chicken Rice Bowl is back. Get dirty rice, slow-cooked Cajun pintos, cheese, and your choice of chicken for just $7.49. But order now. It's only here for a limited time. It's bow time.
Jim Dunaway, Lance Taylor, Ryan Brown. Live from the Birmingham Racecourse Casino Studios, the Next Round, presented by Bud Light, is on now.
Before we talk a little Kalshi here and more college football in just a second, we're 178 days away from the start of the college football season. We're 100 days away from the World Cup. And so a lot's going to be happening this summer. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have this great March Madness, the start of the baseball season, right into the World Cup, the golf majors, SEC Media Days in Tampa, and then boom, we're right back to football season. So it's just excited about what the summer's ahead of us, and we want you to jump on with our friends at Kalshi Sports and enjoy all the fun that we're having there. I'm on a 3-day win streak. I'll try to pick one game, though I won 2 last night. I did Georgia, and then I took my winnings, and I took a position on Auburn and gave the points.
So you aren't playing one game a night?
Well, I did play one, but then I played another one last night. But I won one.
So you're playing 2.
Well, I did last night.
You're not comboing.
That's right. And I've done no combos, and I took a winning, and I took what I won and what I normally bet and put heavy on Auburn last night. So it was a Saturday win, a Sunday win, and now a double win on Monday, or excuse me, whatever last night was. So feeling good.
Well, and a lot of cool things that you can actually take positions on, the different poly markets with our friends at Kalshi. Very important. First thing you've got to do is download the Kalshi app. Then you put in that code TNR. You're going to get $10 when you trade. $10. The unique thing. Not only can you trade using Kalshi now that it's legally available in all 50 states, but you've got politics, you've got pop culture, you've got sports, you've got weather. You basically have everything out there, Brown.
You can, by the way, Scott, I found the biggest, Scott asked yesterday, what's the biggest gap you've ever seen on Kalshi? We were talking about Florida and Mississippi State. That went off, I think, 96% Florida, 4% State. By the way, 96% won. Going away.
U.S.-Israeli Army versus Iran right now is 98.
I don't know if that's all there, but that's what I would have.
There was on there was something about Iranian change of government.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
that's been up there for a month.
I mean, you can't really take a position on war, I don't think, because, Brown, we kind of got a heads up that there was going to be some stuff going on a couple of weeks ago, and they don't have that available, but
regime
stuff like that. Regime change
was out there. Yeah.
Scott,
I'm sure the Pope was a big thing a couple of years ago.
Sure. New Zealand playing South Africa in soccer, a World Cup semifinal, since Jim just mentioned it. New Zealand right now, 99%, South Africa 1%.
Wow.
So apparently this is going to be a blowout. I mean, by a blowout, I mean 3-0. So there you go, Scott. Scott was saying, like, what's the biggest gap we can find? There it is right there.
Technically, it cannot be 100-0, right? Let's keep looking for a 100-0.
We'll try to find a 100-0. This is the biggest one we've seen right here.
If you're watching this, do me a favor. Go sign up, put in the code TNR, and then try to find me something that's 100-0 and send it to us at Next Round on social media, Next Round Live.
So that is what you get right there at Kalshi, Kalshi.com. But we recommend you download the Kalshi app as well. Use code TNR. When you sign on right there, and your first $10 position comes with a bonus $10 from our friends at Kalshi, Kalshi.com. What's that?
Arkansas 74% tonight.
7.5-point favorite against Texas. Kalshi.com, code TNR.
Where's St. Louis tonight? I mean, the Billikens are like 22.5 is the regular number. I'm just wondering
the Blues.
When's the last time LT asked you a Blues question? Of course, he's talking to Billikens. It's March.
Been a while on the Blues.
Who are they playing, Lance?
St. Louis is playing. I saw this just a second ago. Loyola. The Ramblers, which interesting. The Ramblers are no good. Porter Moser is no longer there, but Porter Moser not very good.
He also is no good apparently.
What's crazy about Porter Moser, before we get back to college football, is that I see his name being mentioned. Oh, there's 96 for St. Louis against Loyola Chicago.
That was Florida, Mississippi State last night. Same thing, yeah.
Like I see Porter Moser's name being mentioned for other, like he's on the hot seat about to get fired at Oklahoma, but they've won 5 of 7, by the way. They win last night against Missouri. So they've won 5 of 7. He's really good at the end of February. But he is like names to watch for jobs like Butler.
How?
And
so they just think he can recapture mid-major magic.
Well, I mean, Butler's in the Big East now, so not really a mid-major anymore.
Yeah, more so than Oklahoma, but to your point.
Yeah, I mean, the money obviously wouldn't be the same, but if you're Porter Moser, why would you not take a look and get out in front of the posse?
Yeah. I had this was a sitting college basketball coach, a current college basketball coach, one of the 300, however many we have right now, told me recently, and I brought this up and you guys agreed, this is going to be one of the most active college basketball coaching carousels ever. And he was like, there are going to be some big name jobs open too.
Yeah.
Like, just get ready. All the rumbling in college basketball is that there are going to be some big name jobs open. And this is going to be one of the most active seasons you've ever seen.
I mean, I went through the list of retirements the other day that's expected, including Kansas and Tennessee possibly.
We know LSU is going to be open, but in the SEC.
LSU, Oklahoma for sure.
I mean, do you think Oklahoma for sure?
How do you keep Mosier? I mean, it has not worked at all. What has he done there?
I think you should Mosier.
Mosier?
It's
Porter
Moser, right?
Moser?
Yeah, it's Moser.
I mispronounce stuff all the time.
You used not to.
Well, I've got
those should be my shtick.
South Carolina's not going to make a change this year.
What you did, Jim, is you would say it both ways just to cover yourself. You'd say Porter Moser is not going to get fired. Is Moser going to get fired, Lance? That's the way you would have done it. So I got it both ways.
So you don't. I mean, South Carolina is dead in the water. They're not making a change again.
I don't know, because last year, were they not tournament last year?
Oh, everybody. If
The
you weren't
NCAA
tournament last
tournament?
year, no, I
Men?
don't think they were.
I mean, they may have been. I don't know.
They were on the bubble because that's where the rest of the
that's
SEC
a great
was.
Point. Didn't they start off like 14-0?
Yeah, that's the thing. Let me check Lamont Paris and see where he has been. I just
they
thought
had that really good start and
that was
could
the
not
one.
close it.
That was the one I said.
You kept saying it.
Oh, when they go to play Auburn.
No, it was 2 years ago.
That was 2 years ago. Yeah, but you kept saying it.
I mean, they were 26-8 2 years ago, but 12-20 last year, 12-18 this year. Yeah, I mean that's dicey.
Yeah. All right, back to our college football conversation brought to you by our friends at Storm Restoration Roofing. Greg and his wife Andrea still working with all of you folks out in Leeds and Trussville and that area, Moody, that got hit by that massive little thunderstorm recently. It just takes one strong wind, one strong thunderstorm here in the south to do damage to your roof. That's why you need that free no-cost roof inspection, 205-542-3531. But I want to warn you right now about door knockers. People you never heard of that'll knock on your door, and when you've had some storm damage in your neighborhood, just do me a favor. Write down stormrestorationroofing.com. Write down the number you see on your screen. If you're listening to us, 205-542-3531. This company's been locally owned for over 20 years. Greg Nelson, Greg from Pell City, his wife Andrea, they've got 10 kids. They're not knocking on doors. They're not fly by night. They've been here for a long, long time. They're not going anywhere. They'll back up their work. They're A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau. They got years of track record. You can go check them out online there. So have that name ready if storm damage happens to you, so that you're able to just pull up that drawer that you got everything in the kitchen stuffed with, and find that name, Greg from Pell City, Greg Nelson, and call the number before you call anybody else, before you answer a door knocker, before you file a claim. Let Greg walk you through the process. He's got everything to offer, stormrestorationroofing.com. But just go ahead and save the name, because we've all got thunderstorms coming all summer long, all spring and summer long. Have it on standby and make that your first call. Storm Restoration Roofing, 205-542-3531. Greg from Pell City on Facebook if you want to look it up. Stuart Mandel does great work at The Athletic. And they've gone back and looked at the last 4 seasons of what would have been a 12-team playoff. And there's a pattern on teams that were in the playoffs and how much changeover you had. And I want to give it to you.
Okay.
Last year, 8 new teams. Year before that, 7 new teams. And then the 2 years we didn't have it, 21, 22, 22, 23, 8 one year, 7 in the other. So 4-year sample, 2 of them with really a 12 team and doing the same process of what the 12-team playoff would have looked like the 2 years before that, back to the final 2 years of Nick Saban, was 7 new teams, 8 new teams, 7 new teams, 8 new teams.
So 75% roughly.
That's a pretty good pattern.
Yeah, I mean, the NFL used to be 50%. Yeah. We call that amazing turnover.
Well, I think I would be comfortable saying half the field's going to be different.
I would agree.
Okay, so 6.
Now we'll do the exercise. Okay. All right, you throw half out and tell me which half you're throwing out.
Before Forster pulls up the bracket from last year. Going into last year, we would have never said Texas, Penn State, and Clemson and Notre Dame, those 4 teams,
all out,
would have missed the playoffs.
Yep.
When we sat there in August going into the season, Clemson was our cold stone lock.
We'll throw LSU in there too.
We thought LSU would be in there. They hadn't been in there before.
But you're right. Clemson was the mortal lock. There's zero chance Clemson's missing.
And Notre Dame had just played for a national championship, and Jeremiah Love's back.
Yeah, zero chance they're missing.
Penn State's got their best roster. They were just in a semifinal.
I wouldn't say zero because James Franklin was still the head coach, but it was a very low probability they would miss.
And Texas with Arch Manning and all that talent, and they'd spent all that money in the portal.
No.
$30 million roster. Those 4 teams were in.
If we go back this time last year, it would have been a hard sell.
So right now, going into this year, I think it's these 4 teams, but there's no scenario you paint me where Ohio State's not in this thing, right?
Ohio State will be in this thing.
Yeah. It would be hard-pressed to paint a picture where Oregon's not in this
Would
thing.
agree.
Then you're going to get uncomfortable, but there's no way Georgia's not in this thing, right?
It's hard to see at this point, yeah.
And after that, I don't know if I don't know if I can go Indiana yet, but I feel like Indiana.
No, I think you have to go Indiana.
Yeah, I would have gone 2 other teams over Indiana. I think Indiana will be back.
Is Miami one of them?
Miami is not one of them.
Wait a minute. You would take 2 in front of Indiana.
I think so.
You're an Indiana lover.
Yeah, I think I would take Notre Dame right now. It's hard.
But they weren't in it last year.
Okay, yeah. What I was going to say, it's going to be hard to imagine them not making back-to-back.
Yeah. But they weren't in it. It's got to be somebody that wasn't in it.
Okay.
There wasn't.
It's got to be somebody that was in it.
Yeah, that stays in.
Not new ones coming in. Because that's your point.
Yeah.
Hard to believe. Notre Dame's going to be one of the new 6.
That's right. So that kicks somebody out.
Here's who was in it last year. The bracket from last year. So Oklahoma, Alabama, Indiana, Texas Tech, Oregon, James Madison, Tulane. You almost just automatically replace both of those. Ole Miss, Georgia, Ohio State, Miami, and Texas.
There's not a fourth one. There's not a fourth one I'm passionate enough about. Like, I'm with you on
I sort of went Miami.
I'm with you. I mean, I don't trust Cristobal enough. I know that's erased in a lot of people's minds, but keep in mind, they dang near missed it this year. Yep. I mean, without an 11th hour.
Shocked that they got in.
I know, without an 11th hour call from the governor, they are out.
Yeah, I do think they're getting an upgrade at quarterback. As good as Carson Beck was record-wise against top 25 teams, talent-wise, Darian Mensah is much closer to Cam Ward than we ever saw Carson Beck.
Let me just go by conference and replace teams, okay? Throw out the 2 group of 5s. But Texas Tech, you can easily imagine BYU. Or Oklahoma State.
Almost any other Big 12.
But Texas Tech is, again, getting an upgrade at quarterback. I think that they now have been there. I mean, it's going to be a semi-upset, although that seems like a one-bid league in the Big 12.
That's the problem, is very little margin for error for a team like Texas Tech.
Alabama, Oklahoma, Texas A&M, Ole Miss, you can start throwing in LSU for at least one of those, right?
Well, I mean,
Ole Miss would be shocking.
If they're not back.
No, if they are back.
Yeah.
I think so.
With Trinidad Chambliss.
I think
with Keywan Lacey.
It would still be really, really surprising.
Wow. 2 great offensive pieces and a defensive-minded head coach.
But here's the thing. You could take those 4 teams and convince me that that all 4 miss.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. I mean, in the SEC, you just take – now, you have to get –
I got to find 4 to replace them.
That's right. You got to. Byron Brown's got to work at Auburn, or Lenore Sellers has to work at South Carolina. LSU was the easy.
LSU's an easy one. After you get past LSU, it does get complicated. I'm not going to lie, but again, this is the SEC.
Yeah.
I mean, Tennessee. It wouldn't blow my socks off.
They were there 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Ohio State's hard is locked. Oregon's locked for me. I mean, it's easy to replace Miami, and that's why I almost went Indiana too. I mean, it's in that Big Ten. It's hard to find someone. But
oddly enough,
but the numbers say
you could bring Washington, Michigan, USC. I mean, those are Big Ten teams that are going to be better.
But oddly enough, Indiana is now to the point where they probably earn benefit of the doubt. If they're borderline, I think the committee is like, this team's not going to embarrass me if I put them in there.
Hey, and by the way, Lance just made a great point. If you can give me that one more time, Forrester. There's no guarantee that the SEC has that many teams, right? So the SEC could have 3 teams, so 2 of those could be replaced by Big Ten teams.
Could be.
Or, a second Big 12 team, if that is what happens.
Yeah, Florida's another one of those SEC teams that,
if everything falls right, yeah. Now,
but if it's just a 3-bid league, then you could easily go Georgia, LSU, and one more, Texas. Not those guys, Texas. And then it's a 3-bid league, and that's very comfortable.
So there you go. If I'm knocking the other 4 SEC teams out, which would be Ole Miss, Alabama, Oklahoma, and Texas A&M, easy in LSU, easy in Texas. Those I don't even have to think twice on those.
And you keep Georgia, and then the other places are replaced by Big Ten or ACC, Big 12
Yeah,
teams.
so I could knock those 4 out, and that's not even a hard sell on me.
Yeah. So the fluidity of this so far, to Brown's point, is actually more than what the NFL averages in the playoffs.
I like that.
We wanted parity.
And that's 14 teams, 12 teams, and we'll eventually go up even more.
24 get really stale.
You're going to see a lot of the same teams over and over. Like
we said that on the 12, though.
I know, but
I don't know if we did say it on the 12.
We did. We were like Alabama would be in this every year.
Georgia would be in this back in the day. Year. Yeah, when we projected 12.
Yeah.
But you tell me how in our lifetime Ohio State misses a 2014 playoff. They are in it every year.
Yeah,
every year.
I said the same thing about Alabama.
Alabama would be in it every year.
Still.
Georgia would be in it every year. There's 10 to 12 teams that would be in a 24 every year.
Yeah, and That is one drawback of it. I do want some new blood, and I think we'll get it from the 12 team.
I'm old enough to have lived through times when Alabama was not finally ranked in the top 23 at the end of the year. I've lived through that.
I know, but boy, they are so far from that right now.
Think, I don't know.
As bad as some feel like it's got, they're a long way from being unranked.
How many AP voters do we have?
65, I think it is, yeah.
64 to 66 on a given weekend.
I mean, give me an over-under on those 65 that will not have Alabama in the top 25.
Oh,
preseason?
Yeah.
They all will.
There won't be any that have them out of the top 25.
I mean, I think Alabama's going to be 15 to 20, so...
Yeah, maybe then.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I don't think anybody will have Alabama absolutely unranked.
Maybe.
I don't know where...
I mean, I'm just saying if you've got some people that will have them around 20, then you might have some people that... I mean, a lot of people think the Alabama that we knew is dead, and it might be.
It may well be. We don't know.
But to your point, LT, if I'm just putting out, if I'm going to do my preseason top 25, and this is sort of how I do it too. I go by conference first, and I write down which teams in this conference I think are worthy of being preseason ranked.
Okay.
So if I do that in the SEC, all of a sudden I've got a lot of SEC teams who could be ahead of Alabama. I mean, you could probably go 6, 7, 8. Make a case for 8 teams ahead of Alabama.
I think 6.
Yeah, but you can make a case for 8.
Okay.
If you start going to Auburn, Florida, down in that neighborhood, and then at that
I don't
point,
know who would do that. But.
Yeah, but then you start going, okay, am I comfortable as I'm sitting here in Seattle filling out my AP top 25? Am I really going to put 8 SEC teams in there, or 7, or 6? So that's how you end up with no Alabama on the ballot.
I think the problem, and one of the things I look at when I do a top 25 is I do look at the schedule. The schedule's got to be part of this.
100%.
And when you look at Alabama's schedule, 8-4, I still think you're in the top 25. If they find 5 losses, Kalen DeBoer's in trouble next year.
He may lose his job.
Yeah, he probably would lose his job. And I just don't think you can find 5 losses on that schedule.
It's hard.
One more point about the playoffs after we remind you about great folks like Crane U that can help you professionally with your career, either get better at what you're doing or find something new to do.
And very important when you talk to our friends at Crane U, whether it's Francis or Nicole or any of the fine folks that answer the phone, mention the next round. You're going to get 10% off all the great services. Get the Crane training you need today. If you're looking for a new career and need further training to advance your current one, our friends at Crane U offer the comprehensive state-of-the-art fully stocked training facilities for mobile cranes, overhead lifts, or forklift training. If you want to use your own equipment, the team at Crane U will come to you on-site, on-location training offered nationwide. Make the job easier, the job site safer. Crane U also offers certification, safety inspections to ensure the safest environment possible. For more information, craneu.com. or call 855-CRANE-U.
And whether you're celebrating a win or trying to forget a loss, Culver's is the place to go do it. Your local Culver's has that great butter burger. It is a terrific way to celebrate a win or forget the game was even played. Those crispy crinkle-cut fries go great with it. Also, and you don't get this many places, those ooey-gooey golden cheese curds. They are terrific. And you cap it off the way you should cap off a meal at Culver's with that great frozen custard right there at Culver's. It is a wonderful meal. Welcome to Delicious at Culver's. When in Birmingham, try the Culver's at Tattersall Park, just off Highway 280 or Stadium Trace near the Met. That is Culver's. Welcome to Delicious.
Okay, one more football question before we have our traditional Let Mick Bitch segment of the show.
Not Gillespie, Cronin.
Yeah.
It's interesting. I've got Cronin coming up in 4 downs.
Oh, do you? Is he bitching in 4 downs too? How many downs do we have? Why do we have 4?
Okay, I'll save it before we go into 4 downs in the next segment.
Okay.
Then.
It will have nothing to do with what Mick Cronin said.
No, I know, but it'll be a good transition. I look for that when I'm throwing the show together, so that works out perfect. My other football question here. Will a group of 6 team win a playoff game in the next 5 years?
How many spots are in the playoffs?
Doesn't matter.
Well, I think it does, Jim, because what's the highest you could see a Group of 6 team ranked? I mean, there's a reason I asked this. Where was Tulane? I'll go look it up. It's going to take me a second.
Tulane on the final poll?
Yeah.
They were 11-2. I think they were like number 15, but I'll tell you right now, I've got it.
It's going to be 24 versus 9, 23 versus 10, 22 versus 11.
I
mean, how high do you have to go?
Tulane was 20th, actually.
21 versus 12.
20 versus
I think the
13?
answer is probably none. And, you brought this up the other day when we were talking about Miami, Ohio, who also is coming up in 4 downs. The difference is, and one of the reasons I don't want a Group 5 in the college football playoff is they have no shot at winning games. You put Miami of Ohio or any of these mid-majors in, they can win a couple of games once they get to the NCAA tournament. You guys would give me that. I mean, we've seen it.
Miami of Ohio can't, but there are certain mid-major teams that can.
Yeah.
Worse mid-major teams have won plenty of games in Miami of Ohio.
Jeb is Bruce Pearl. You're Miami of
No,
Ohio.
but I'm just saying, you put mid-majors in the NCAA tournament, they win games. You put them in the college football playoff, they don't win games, and they never will win games.
If you could get a Group 5, my point in asking where they're ranked is if you got a Group 5 team up to 15 in a 24-team playoff, what seed are they playing against?
Well,
that's like a 15-16 matchup, isn't it?
like that, yeah.
I do think Boise State's back in the day, they could have won games. I think TCU a couple of years could have won games.
I mean, look, we used to say, guys, 16's never beaten a 1. Don't even worry about it. Now, it happened once. Now it's happened again since then. So I just think.
Okay, the question. As you filibuster here.
No, yes is my answer. I'm not filibustering,
5 years,
Senator.
Just 5 years.
In the next 5 years, you'll see a Group of 5 team win a playoff game because I think the playoffs will expand, and the more teams you let in, the more bad teams you let in.
If we do expand, there's a chance. As we currently sit, there is no chance.
So 12 versus 5, which is what it likely will be
I'm
again
betting
this
on
year,
expansion.
is no.
I'm betting on expansion.
Now, Boise State was a Group of 5, now a Group of 6.
Magic's gone.
I know. Genty and the Magic is gone. Yeah. Right? That's not the same. They're not getting the same players. They're all moving up.
Can't.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the unfortunate
That was a pretty
thing.
competitive game.
Them and Penn State?
Yeah.
Yeah. But keep in mind now, Boise State in our current construct would have played a first-round game on somebody's campus. Would they have stood a better chance of winning that than beating Penn State in the Fiesta Bowl, do you think? I got to remember who played the first-round games on campus that year. You had Ohio State. They would not have beaten Ohio State. You had Penn State. They would have not beaten Penn State.
That's my point.
Yeah,
that's what made the question so difficult.
They did not beat Penn State in the bowl game. You had Texas.
Would be a true road game.
They would not have beaten Texas. And then I cannot remember who the last home game was.
They would have been a 9 seed at 8-seeded Indiana in the 2024
bracket.
They
would have gotten the doors beat off.
Well, I mean...
that was a good Indiana team.
What, 2 years ago?
Yeah.
Oh, it was a good Indiana team, but they could have much better chance to play with that Indiana team, obviously, than this one.
Notre Dame had the other home game because that's who Indiana played. So that was the 4th home game. So they either play somebody like Indiana, as Brooks said, or they're at Notre Dame, at Texas, at Ohio State, at Penn State. They're not winning any of those games.
Yeah, see, the question becomes, are we going to have really good Group of 6 teams anymore, or because of the player movement, is the glory days done of the great group of 6 teams?
Like that was a fascinating story Andy told us about Mestamaker. I did not know that, man. I am a fan of that kid now. I mean, he's a punter and a safety in high school, and now he's one of the most sought after Power 5 quarterbacks in the portal.
It's what I tell.
By the way, just because you throw a nice ball doesn't mean you can play the position.
No, not at all.
It's what I tell every now creator, or back in the day, every TV radio student, is that every person has a story.
That's
now,
right.
Some of them are amazing stories.
Sometimes you got to dig to find it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But everybody's story, everybody's journey is interesting.
Yeah, but
it's your job to make it interesting.
My point there is every school, there's going to be a North Texas that finds a quarterback that's just a dynamic quarterback that nobody saw coming. I mean, Trinidad Chambliss is that guy at Ole Miss. I mean, what if Lane Kiffin's like, our quarterback depth's fine, we don't need Trinidad Chambliss, and Tulane ended up with him or something like that? I mean, that's a program changer for a school like that. Or Memphis ended up with him.
I mean, still don't know if a quarterback like that can win a one-game situation
not.
against a much better roster.
I mean, maybe not, but I think in 5 years you'll see one. Now, I'm betting on expansion here. In a 12-team, Lance is absolutely right. If we stay at 12 for 5 years, or really probably even at 16, I'm going to be wrong on this. But if we make it to 24 teams, again, the more teams you let in, the more bad teams you let in. That's the numbers.
So you say yes on 5,
I say no.
No on 5. If I went to 10, it's only going to get worse, right?
Yeah, because we're going to expand. I think it's going to be difficult. I'll say 1 and 10 though.
Yeah. It's interesting. We're going to keep letting them be part of the party. And it really is becoming a bigger gap between the 6.
That's the other thing about my bet is I'm assuming they actually even stay in this party, to your point. I mean, they could be out of the party at some point.
Okay, one more thing. One more football. It just popped up. I've had it on my sheet for a month now. Since we're talking about this, when the SEC and the Big Ten expands again, I'll save it on the other side. We'll do it on the other side.
Expansion.
Yeah, SEC Big Ten expand. I got
and Mick bitching.
Got a thought about that. Mick, Miami of Ohio hot takes, and the Four Downs coming up show being brought to you by our friends at A+. Tell us about A+, Brownie.
That is my guy, Brad Bell. Listen, when my wife and I bought our house a decade ago, the first thing we said was, hey, we like this house. We're getting, a price we're comfortable with. We're going to redo the master bath, so let's don't even factor that in, right? And we discounted the price a little bit because of that. Now, that's going to be important in what I'm about to tell you. So my wife scoured the internet looking for the right person to do the job. We kicked the can down the road just a little bit, did other things. But when it came time to do it, she scoured the internet and she found Brad Bell, AlabamaBathroomModels.com, AlabamaBathroomModels.com. And Brad specializes, as it turns out, good for us, in master bath, kitchen, and master bedroom closet remodels. Not all he does, but it's his specialty. Now, here's why that matters so much. I just told you we got a better deal because we told the seller, hey, we don't love the master bath. We're going to have to redo that. We got a little bit off our price because of that. And that's Brad's point. He specializes in these rooms because you spend a lot of time in them when you own your home. You want them to look the best they can and function the best they can. But when you go to sell your home, these rooms really pop. Master bath, kitchen, and master bedroom closets. So whatever your project is, if it's one of those rooms or another, get Brad to come out and look at it for you. Here's his number, 205-422-1758, 205-422-1758, or AlabamaBathRemodels.com.
Follow Brownie on Twitter and Instagram at Ryan Brown Live.
I'm attorney Alexander Shinar, Alabama born, Alabama raised, and ready to fight for your rights. I have one of the largest firms in Alabama, and we are here to help you get the compensation you deserve. Call me, Alabama, 323-1000.
No representation is made that the quality of legal services being performed is greater than those of other lawyers.
To everyone who craves a fresh meal made just for you, let our team member Jacob share what's special about Culver's.
In Wisconsin, our food comes from the heart, and taking the time to handcraft your meal with care is how we've always done it at Culver's. It's why your Butterburger doesn't touch the grill until after you order.
Come to Culver's and let us serve you a Butterburger made special just for you. From Wisconsin with love, welcome to Delicious.
At Central State Bank, we are large enough to serve you and small enough to know you. Manage your money with ease, whether it's mobile banking, hassle-free checking, competitive loans, business solutions, or personalized financial advice. We're your hometown bank with big-time service. Visit us today and experience banking made simple, because at Central State Bank, you come first.
Member FDIC.
Hey, let me tell you about our friends at Urology Centers of Alabama. Compassionate and comprehensive urological care with 35 physicians, 17 locations across Alabama. Their patient-centered approach to all of your urological needs. Remember, they've got that new men's health center. It is beautiful, helping men with a wide range of sensitive male issues in a comfortable environment. You can always go online, visit urologycentersalabama.com, schedule an appointment with one of their many urologists today. Catch up on all today's Next Round on demand through the podcast platform of your choice, Apple, Spotify, iHeart, or Google Podcast, wherever you listen. Always like, follow, subscribe, and turn on automatic downloads so you never miss any part of the Next Round. Hey, for all of your IT and printing needs, reach out to our friends at Xerox Business Solutions. Look, I'm still one of those old school guys. I print my notes every single day for the show. If you watch the show here on the Next Round, you see all the notes in front of me. From day one, Xerox Business Solutions, they've been with us here at the Next Round. Local for over 45 years. For all of your IT and printing needs, visit XeroxBusinessSolutions.com or call 205-969-3000. That's 205-969-3000.
Remember the name Way to Wellness if you're battling weight loss in your life. I'm Jim Dunaway from the Next Round. There was a time I was over 216 pounds until Way to Wellness helped me lose 45 pounds, and now for over 2 years, they've helped me keep that weight off. Here's their website, aplanforme.com, aplanforme.com. That's a great name for a website because there's no cookie-cutter plan. Everything is designed specifically for you. No contract, no sign-up fees, and your first consultation is free at Way to Wellness. Don't miss the greatest show in NASCAR, the 2026 Talladega Superspeedway Jack Links 500 Weekend, Friday, April 25th through Sunday, April 27th. Guarantee your Jack Links 500 Weekend experience today at TalladagaSuperspeedway.com or call 877-GO-TO-DEGA. Have the Talladega Garage Experience Passes, the best way to get the ultimate Talladega experience. Tickets start at just $47 and $18 for kids 12 and under. TalladagaSuperspeedway.com or 877-GO-TO-DEGA.
It's bow time. The Bojangles Chicken Rice Bowl is back. Get dirty rice, slow-cooked Cajun pintos, cheese, and your choice of chicken for just $7.49. But order now. It's only here for a limited time. It's bow time. It's bow time. The Bojangles Chicken Rice Bowl is back. Get dirty rice, slow-cooked Cajun pintos, cheese, and your choice of chicken for just $7.49. But order now. It's only here for a limited time. It's bow time.
For sure, I don't want it right now. But has Lenardi done a one-sheeter?
You know, he did one last night before the games were over.
Yeah, if something pops up later in the show, we'll do it in the 11 o'clock
Auburn
hour.
actually dropped before they even played, according to Lenardi. They dropped one spot in the first 4 out.
If Brown's going to tell us about it, we won't need it
Well, that
later
was
in the
before
show.
the games were played, Jim. if he's done a new one, we need to see it.
Our friends at NASCAR get you ready for an unbelievable racing weekend. Brown and I were just talking about how fun, just people watching. So many times we went over and watched. Ended up just staying for half the race, making it home and watch the end of the race on television by the time we got home. Just to go there for the pre-race and all the excitement, 100,000 race fans, great Americans gathered to celebrate just springtime and cold Bud Lights and speed racing and all the great things you get at Talladega. Women in shorts and halter tops, is that scene just? It's all American.
It's all true.
I got to watch my blood pressure here. Got to settle down. Getting too excited watching the great racing. Hell yeah, it's Talladega coming April the 24th through the 27th. Sunday, April 27th is race day. Tickets at TalladagaSuperspeedway.com, TalladagaSuperspeedway.com, 877-GO-TO-DEGA to get your tickets. Don't forget to get the garage experience to sort of ramp up your experience. You get the immersive garage experience there where you get to watch your favorite team or maybe the driver you hate, go boo them while they're working on his car. Boo, Chase Elliott, boo. If you don't like Chase or Brad Keselowski, you can go watch them work in the cars and enjoy a lot of other stuff, including special concessions. Get all your tickets, all your information, TalladagaSuperspeedway.com. A couple of things before we do four downs. One of them is, let's go Miami of Ohio discussion first. Miami of Ohio won last night. Again, a close game in the MAC. 74-72, they beat Toledo. I agree 100% with Bruce Pearl. Not one of the better 68 teams in the country.
But deserving. Yeah.
I mean, their strength of schedule, non-conference, is 363rd.
On every fucking game they play.
Yeah. We can align. And some of them in overtime.
They're 30-0, though.
Yeah, but Lance, you could play a bunch of stiffs and be 30-0.
Yeah, but what are they supposed to do?
Play better teams.
They could play other teams. I did learn today they're spending $240 million to build a new on-campus basketball arena. So they've got money behind the program. They're 89th in the KenPom. They're the first, if they win one more game, they got one more regular season game, they'll be the first unbeaten team at any part of Division I to go unbeaten since 2015. The fourth this century, the 15th overall.
And by the way, for the record, I don't think they're any good.
They suck.
Yeah, I don't think they're
they
any
will
good.
not. It'll
but
be
I'm
the
just
easiest
saying,
move on the bracket.
Oh my gosh!
Look at that, and that's coming up, and I know we're about to do four downs, and I'm gonna give you guys that question, but you just don't see this a lot.
Well, let me look. Jerry Palm has his updated. I'm just going to tell you the seed where he's got Miami, Ohio, 12 seed. He's got them in a 5-12 against Tennessee.
That's with them winning the automatic bid because they can't be lower than an 11.
Correct. So, Lance, you give me the point spread in a 5-12 Tennessee, Miami, Ohio figurative matchup here.
Tennessee would be a 7-point favorite.
Only 7?
Oh,
Wow.
yeah. I mean, you.
Oh, my God. Give me Tennessee minus
my
7.
finger
all day.
cannot tap Kalshi fast enough on the Kalshi app.
By the way, that's a heavy number for a 5-12.
Oh, it is.
You go back and you look at 5-12s, most of them are around 3 or 4.
I'll see if I can find another 5-12.
I mean, if you go back and look at 5-12s, I'd be surprised if
another one.
any were over 7 points. last
In
year.
the East bracket, where he has Bama as the 4 seed, Jerry Palm does. He's got Vandy as the 5, Vandy Belmont. Could you do that one? All Nashville game there, Vandy Belmont.
Vandy Belmont. I mean, Vandy's probably going to be a 6.5 point.
So it's going to be about the same, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I would take Tennessee minus 7 done away. Kalshi can't open fast enough for me to get on that one.
I'm glad I downloaded the app. I don't have to type it in. I can just hit that app.
I just want to see the 5-12s last year. Do you guys remember?
But this team is not good enough to be a 5-12. They're 30-0. They have how many overtime wins? How many 2-point wins over the Toledo?
I think 3 overtime wins, and I think they have 8 one-possession wins.
The Bruce Pearl conversation stands out because Stephen Pearl in Auburn is on the bubble. If Stephen Pearl in Auburn was a 2 seed or a 3 seed right now, nobody would have made that big a deal about what Bruce Pearl said because
he would have
been right.
But he wouldn't have said it.
He would have said it. 100% he would have said it.
He wouldn't have said it.
Yeah, 30-0. It doesn't matter if you're 30-0.
He's campaigning for Stephen.
Now, I'm
There
kind of
is
with
no
Lady.
doubt.
I'm against Lance on Miami, Ohio. I don't think they belong if they can't get the auto bid. But I'm with him on this. If Auburn weren't the team in the discussion, I don't think Bruce would go this
Wouldn't have
hard
brought
on
him
it.
up.
Now, maybe if it's another SEC team, he might have gone a little harder. I think Bruce would have bought into this. This is why we play the games. We play the games because we've got to win. They won all the games. What else are they supposed to do? I think there's.
And listen, I hear Nicole Auerbach and the folks on Sirius XM when I leave here debating, things like, I love the parity. The SEC doesn't get this, blah, blah, blah. Big Ten doesn't deserve all these extra. If we expand the tournament, it should all go to mid-majors. Hello. I mean, you're always criticizing the people that pay for this. Miami of Ohio, if they had to play, and they were grappling to it, Miami of Ohio didn't get a chance to play these teams because Duke was playing, Duke was playing Michigan. Why wouldn't Duke play Miami of Ohio? Because nobody wants to put that on television.
No, they don't.
We've got this great schedule in November, December, and then we get to conference play with all these great basketball games because TV ratings are up 33% for college basketball this year because we had great games. If it was anybody good versus Miami of Ohio, it would have been on ESPN Plus. It would not have been on a main TV because nobody wanted to see that.
I watched instead of going to the ESPN Plus, I just watched the Gamecocks last night at the end of their game because I didn't know whether or not they were going to win. Because, again, I want them to lose a game because I want the committee, I want the hand to be forced.
I'm kind of with you on that.
Real quick on the 5-12s last year. Oregon was a 5, Liberty was a 12. Oregon 6.5.
Yeah, Liberty much better than Miami of Ohio.
5-12 last year, Clemson and McNeese.
Yeah, McNeese, Will Wade. 100 times better.
I agree.
That was the darling team of everybody going. Remember how many games they had won?
Clemson was 7.5.
Yeah, but remember McNeese had won like 31 or 32 games, had they not?
Yeah, they had.
And they were everybody's darling.
5-12, Memphis, Colorado State. The 12 favored Colorado State -1.
Penny Hardaway.
5-12, Michigan and San Diego last year. University of California, San Diego. Michigan only a 2.5 point favorite. So I'm just saying.
So 7 is a big number.
Yeah, it is going to be a big number, but I think that's what it's going to be because I think most people believe what we believe is it's not a very good team. I just think based on the fact that they're 30-0, you got to put them in the tournament.
You can't gripe about Bojangles. Mick Cronin probably could.
He would.
Tell me about Bojangles, and then we'll get to our non-tender Mick Cronin moment of the day.
You know what Mick would say? He was like, this Bojangler, I can only get it for a limited time? Why? Why can I only get it for a limited time?
It makes no sense.
And we would say, well, Mick, I mean, listen, it's Alaskan pollock. It's seasoned with bow sauce.
So many Alaskan pollocks in the
right.
world.
We can't catch every Alaskan pollock. We've got to keep it populated, Mick. Alaskan pollock. It's seasoned with bow sauce right there. The deluxe. Mick, order the deluxe. Pickles, lettuce, tomato, cheese, and tartar sauce. Mick would be like, well, why do I have to order the deluxe? Well, not everybody wants all that on there, Mick. You can start your day the right way with a triple-double.
I wanted it at midnight. Why is it not open at midnight?
Something Mick has not seen all year, a triple-double. Triple the protein with bacon, sausage, egg, and double the cheese. Try that and any of the breakfast items right there at Bojangles with their brand-new iced coffee. And don't forget, you can in any meal. Even Mick would love strawberry cobbler. Who does not want a strawberry cobbler right there from Bojangles? Bojangles, where you can always make it bow time.
All right. So, by the way, UCLA is in the NCAA tournament. They're going to be there. And they got a good win last night against Nebraska. They're going to be in the NCAA tournament. They're a good basketball team, so deserving. They're going to be there. So Mick couldn't gripe about his team losing last night, and it was a home game, so he couldn't gripe about his travel.
Right.
So Mick had to find something else to gripe about. So he gripes about Nebraska's travel. Because see, if UCLA has to go play games in the Big Ten region, normal region, then those Big Ten teams have to come out to UCLA.
Yeah, if it's a problem for you, it also is a problem for them, right?
So equal opportunity bitching for Mick Cronin here.
I know we get a lot of money for TV, but our kids go to school, and I get that there's time slots for TV, but these kids, I don't care if they get NIL, they go to school. Now, this team's been on the road since last Thursday, and now they're playing this game at 8 o'clock at night, which is 10 o'clock their time. It's already 12:30. They got to go to class tomorrow. I just don't understand these, I call it a get-out game. You know, when you're getting out, like Nebraska should be playing at 6 o'clock.
Well, then he would bitch that it was 4 o'clock Pacific time.
I mean,
no, 6 o'clock Pacific time is what he meant.
Okay,
8 o'clock.
Well, then he would say, hey, LA traffic, people can't get here at 6 o'clock. Nobody hates coaching basketball more than Mick Cronin.
Well, he's a good coach, but he needs to be a better coach for as much as he bitches.
Yeah.
Like, you would hate to work with a guy like that. You understand some elite, genius kind of guys, and you're like, I'll give him benefit of the doubt because he's so good at what he does. Mick Cronin, good coach, but not good enough to bitch as much as he does.
Yeah, I mean, it is something every game with this guy. Like, to your
what
point.
Lance is saying, I'm Mick Cronin on the show here. I understand what you're saying there.
You're
100%. I get that. Mick Cronin, though, I mean, it's a great point. Auburn shouldn't have been playing at 9 o'clock Central Time last night, but we do things for the TV window. You don't make the money that you make. You don't make the money that you make without the TV partners. 8 o'clock Pacific time, 10 o'clock, it's a TV window. Late night basketball. We need more of it in football. I miss those games in football. We need more of those late games in football, and I thought we'd get more of that with the Big Ten. I thought we'd have some really good late night matchups. I'm disappointed the Big Ten teams don't play more late night football games.
Yeah, like I don't know how you guys feel about this. I think it's unfortunate for home crowds. Like, I got, one of our listeners sent me a clip from last night at the Auburn game.
Yeah, it was a terrible crowd. It's as bad a crowd as you're going to see at
And
Neville.
you understand it's 9 o'clock. It's
9
sucks
o'clock
for the
on
fans,
a Tuesday,
but I don't feel sorry for the 18, 19-year-olds. I mean, we used to play pickup basketball at midnight when we could.
When did you ever go to sleep at 2 or 3 o'clock? And I understand what Mick is saying. Do you think any Nebraska player was going to make a class today?
Well, okay,
if they had landed at 11 last night?
I'll give you an example.
At 1?
I'll give you an example of this. So I got this random thing on TikTok. It's a behind-the-scenes road trip Georgetown basketball. Irrelevant program now, right? Georgetown playing in the Big East. They're playing at Cincinnati. No, they're playing at Xavier in Cincinnati.
I think Georgetown would beat Miami for Ohio. Go ahead.
They're playing Xavier in Cincinnati. And it was, come with me on a road trip. So I'm like, I wonder what that's like. Fly to Cincinnati, land day one. We practice. We go back to the hotel. I'm thinking, is that practice?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's practice.
Hampton Inn? Nope.
Nice hotel.
Nice hotel.
Sleep that night in the hotel. Get up next day. That's game day, right? All right, game day. Walk through. We come back. We have dinner. They
throwing food at us all the time.
Play the game. Don't know if they win or lose the game. There is a study hall in there, by the way. They do. This is our time. We do a study hall. Then
I'd love to see the screens for everybody.
Yeah, I would too.
A lot of them are on Kalshi.
Yeah, or something.
Then we're flying home, and it's clearly early morning. So they spent 3 nights in Cincinnati. 3 nights in Cincinnati to play one game.
Yeah.
3 nights in Cincinnati. Now, they did do a study hall in there at some point.
Yeah. Did he go to a classroom when he got back, or before he left? Was he walking from class to make that bus to the airport?
But you know what's weird is I watched that TikTok before I went to bed. This is honest to goodness truth. Watched that TikTok before I went to bed. Had a dream last night that I was riding in a car with Patrick Ewing talking Georgetown basketball. Isn't that the weirdest dream?
That is weird.
But it wasn't a Model 3 because he can't fit in that.
Ewing was driving too.
Tell us about New York Butcher, and then we'll do our 4 downs today?
Great place to pick up dinner for the family on your way home. The great meats from the ribs, the chicken, the pork. You're going to absolutely love it. The in-house sides made fresh every single day. Fantastic staff of butchers. Jim and the guys there stop in. 2 locations. The original Cabo Heights Highway 119 in Greystone. Fantastic selection of fine wines and desserts as well. Rare quality, well-done service. One-stop dinner shop. It's the New York Butcher Shop.
And it is time for 4 Downs, presented every single day by our friends at Central Alabama Asphalt and Construction. If you're riding around and you see one of these major state, federal government road jobs, municipal roadway being done, there's a really good chance it's our buddies from Central Alabama Asphalt and Construction doing. And you're like, well, then that's what they concentrate on, right? Those big money, big state and federal jobs. No, they do those great, but they also have an entire division that does things like parking pads, driveways, parking lots for community centers or churches or stores, things like that. So if you've got a smaller asphalt project or a big one, same crew, same quality, same no excuse standards, regardless of the size, Central Alabama Asphalt is your call. 205-349-0910, 205-349-0910, CentralAlabamaAsphalt.com. That is CentralAlabamaAsphalt.com.
First down.
You got big news in the NFL for the Rams.
What just happened? Rams are making a trade, so we've lost Lance.
Now, Trent McDuffie, one of the best cornerbacks. It looks like Kansas City is going to deal him to the Rams for their 29th pick in the first round.
For the first round pick.
Oh, it's worth it.
Oh, I know, but you don't usually get a lot of first rounds.
When you said that, the Rams
when you
got
said
13,
that, I looked up and the first thing I saw was Aaron Rodgers. I was like, what?
No, but the Rams do have 2 because they got Atlanta's 13th, so they still have a really, really good first round selection, and I think veteran presence, that's what they really need in that secondary.
That was a position of need for you, for those
number
that don't
one
follow
position
the
of
Rams.
need. Yeah.
Okay.
So 2 celebrity birthdays.
Wait, real quickly, on that, would you have used a 13th pick on that position most likely? That because you didn't want to do quarterback.
I mean,
so 13th would have been maybe that position.
Tells me the Rams. Yeah.
Most people had the Rams selecting a cornerback at 13.
So basically, you've already got a proven professional.
Yeah.
Now you have your 13th pick.
And this
sounds like a win.
And McVay and Lestine have done this before with Marcus Peters. Then they did it with Jalen Ramsey, and those both worked out. So we'll see how this works out.
So now what do you want at 13th?
At 13,
Ty Simpson.
It gets interesting because a lot of people said they were in love with Ty Simpson. I don't think they take him that early, though.
Right.
Unless they are dead set.
Now you can't take him 29.
No,
That's the
you
problem.
can't. But,
if you want him.
I think maybe they're just going to pass on quarterback this year, and I think maybe they go another weapon offensively. Maybe they get a Mekhi Lemon, as bad as the interview was and as weird as the interview was. Maybe a Jordan Tyson.
Do you still have your great tight end?
So they drafted tight end with their first pick in Terrence Ferguson last year.
Okay.
In the second round, Tyler Higbee's probably going to retire, but Colby Parkinson played great last year.
By the way, it's 4 total draft picks. Pick 29 in the first round, then the 5th and 6th this year from the Rams, and the third round next year from the Rams. That's a lot of draft picks they're giving up for him.
F them draft picks, man.
That's right. Win now.
Okay, so I've got 2 celebrity athlete birthdays. George Pickens, 25. Draymond Green, 36.
George Pickens is how old?
25 years old. Yeah, he's got a lot of football left in front of him. Just got franchised.
I would have guessed 27, 28.
I mean, this sounds weird on the surface because Draymond has won so many championships, but ultimately, who has the better career? I just think Pickens' upside is fantastic. They're both complete head cases.
Yeah, I would say, and hear what I'm saying here. George Pickens is more elite at what he does
than Draymond.
Yeah.
Yeah, Draymond so versatile.
He was never better than the third best player for
but could
Golden
do
State.
everything.
He could, but he was never better than the third best player on a good team.
That's right. Some people in life, like me in broadcasting, I've never been a solo guy. I can't carry anything by myself. Draymond Green was lucky enough to be a part of really good guards, Steph Curry and the gang there, Kevin Durant when he was there. If he had played with the Sacramento Kings or the Atlanta Hawks or teams like that, he would be just a Chicago Bulls during their bad years. He would be just a nobody, just another
guy.
NBA player.
Jag, just another guy.
Yeah. George Pickens, when he's on the field and right, can be a game changer. So I'm going to go George Pickens.
I mean, the Cowboys already had CeeDee Lamb. They bring Pickens in, who seemed to be a disgruntled malcontent, and he became their best receiver last year with CeeDee Lamb already on the team.
You see what I'm saying, though?
I do.
I think George Pickens is better.
I agree.
The upside's definitely there. I just wonder if he can keep it together. I think he will keep it together this year because he's playing again for another contract.
But the problem is Green's got the rings, and if you had to bet on Dallas, if he stays at Dallas, winning a ring in Pickens' career, I'd bet against it.
Yeah, it's more of he was a piece to a puzzle at Golden State. George Pickens can be a game changer. I'll go Pickens, and I'm not a huge Pickens fan.
One
Pickens.
thing Green did though it's hard to get stars to do in the NBA is play aggressive defense. I mean, he loved playing defense and loved having the edge the old bad boy Pistons used to have. So I'll give him credit for that. I think by the end of his career, I'll go Pickens.
Second down.
Who lasts longer in Westwood, Mick Cronin or Bob Chesney? Because as bad as their commitment is to athletics, I mean, basketball's in a much better spot.
Yeah, I mean, Cronin's already winning.
But I do think he's rubbing a lot of people wrong.
Yeah, I mean, I do think the administration or boosters told him to whenever he came back after he criticized the player or whatever.
I think that he purposely is he's finding something to critique because they called him out.
Yeah.
Seems like his style.
Pull up Bob Chesney photo. I saw him at the Rose Bowl in his UCLA gear. Can y'all picture Bob Chesney? If I say the name Bob Chesney, can you picture what he looks like?
I can just because of this last year. He was.
Yeah, just because I only saw him in the playoffs.
He looks like, go just that first one
the third one, he looks like a younger, skinny, Dusty Dvorak.
A little bit. I was just going to say, in his UCLA gear, he looks like they're doing a TV show about UCLA football, and he's the actor.
Yeah, exactly
he's the
right.
actor that's playing the football coach.
Exactly right.
It looks
it's on the CW.
Yeah, it's on the CW, and we've got this guy.
I mean, Drew Rosenhaus?
A little bit.
Yeah, if you were casting
does
Drew
not
Rosenhaus?
look like your normal football coach. I mean, I just saw him milling around at the Rose Bowl up in the suites area, and he had on his UCLA gear, and I'm like, he looks like a guy that's playing a TV character.
He's got a little bit of what's
right there.
What's our social media friend that stops by at the Rabbit Hole and sees us every time? Crux.
Cruz Oxenreiter.
Yeah. It looks like Cruz a little bit.
It does. He's got a little Cruz in right there. He's got a little Mike Gundy in him.
Yeah.
No, but just seeing him at the Rose Bowl, he looked like we're doing a TV show about UCLA football. Yeah. This is the actor.
Well,
that's
they're
playing
hoping they can replicate what you get with Kirk Cignetti, and I think that's almost an impossible bar, especially at UCLA. But I do think he can coach.
A UCLA uniform. I wish that was a better program.
I think you would be more likely to. Do you think? See, I think Cronin, as good as the UCLA job used to be, I think Cronin could be pulled away from there with a good job. Not even a great job.
Maybe, but I feel like they're more patient with their basketball. Maybe because the basketball coaches have been better. They're not really patient with their football guys.
Syracuse is going to be open probably. If you're Mick Cronin, do you take Syracuse or UCLA?
You know what he's going to say at Syracuse? At least I play in the Eastern time zone all the time.
Yeah,
I think they probably want him to take a job.
Yeah. I mean, I think that job will be open.
I think the bigger question is, would he take an Oklahoma or an LSU if they offered? Would he come to the South? I mean, he does not strike me as a South guy.
He does not.
But I do think Syracuse, if they want to make Cronin.
Yeah. Like Shocker Smart's not in trouble. Marquette's disappointing this year. I could see him at Marquette.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Mick Cronin is more of a.
He's already been at Cincinnati, right?
He's been at Cincinnati. I think he's more of a historically good basketball guy. I don't think he likes being in a football.
His attitude, he is not laid back enough to be on the West Coast. They just send him back to the East.
You're right.
I'm going to say Bob Chesney here.
How wound up does Mick Cronin get in LA traffic? Can you imagine him? I mean, he's got to drive in that crap all the time.
Yeah, he's got to live in the 90210 just to stay out of that traffic.
I mean, how wound up would he get if he tried to drive the 405 to work every day? It'd be like falling down. He'd be Michael Douglas and falling down.
Yeah, the 280 gets me on the mornings.
I know.
Third down.
I mean, if you let somebody out in traffic,
they got to give me a wave.
But they
I don't care if they wave or they don't.
Yeah.
Don't drive slow then,
Yeah.
and don't look at your phone. Keep up with the rest of the traffic.
You were in a hurry to get out.
I let you out.
That's right.
And now you're going to slow me up. I know I'm in the right lane because I'm going to get one more right lane and then I'm over to get off here at work.
Yeah.
It's a short drive for me, 8 minutes. Don't jump out in traffic. I let you out and then be slower than traffic, allowing 88 other cars to come out.
You know what drives me insane? And you don't get a lot of this on 280, but occasionally you will, but other roads. I can't see a car behind me in my rearview mirror. Cannot see one, right? and car is waiting to pull out, and they pull right out in front of me. I'm like, if you just gave me 10 more seconds, I'm past you.
And there's no traffic.
There's no
You
traffic.
can go all 3
can
lanes.
easily pull out. I'm just like,
Drives
why?
me crazy.
Yeah, why did you have to do that right there?
Yesterday, first time I've ever seen this. I'm coming back from playing golf, and there's a guy that has one of those phones up like this.
Right.
He's FaceTiming with somebody.
Oh.
He's having a whole conversation.
Oh, I've seen that a bunch.
Yeah. Like, I can see him, and he's like, he reach over and drink, and I can see him hand gesturing to the guy, and the guy's talking back, and I'm like,
Yeah, I'm with you.
Did you hit third down?
I don't know.
Yeah, do it again.
I did, but I'll hit it again.
Yeah, hit it again. Just
Third down.
We had to lay a game.
Better chance of happening. Miami of Ohio actually wins a tournament game, or they completely miss the tournament.
Completely miss.
An NCAA tournament game?
Yeah, completely miss.
Well, I don't think they're going to miss. I mean,
No, they're going to lose in their conference
They're a
tournament.
Sarah McLachlan commercial away from being America's favorite little unsheltered pet.
I can tell you.
I think people are pulling against them.
I can tell you how this is going to go down. They're going to lose in their conference tournament.
I don't think they win it either, Brandon.
And CBS is going to have a camera there, and they're not going to get in. CBS on Selection Sunday. It's going to be one of the. They're going to have the 12 cameras. And there's Miami. Oh,
yeah.
God rest his soul. He died. My bad.
I
forgot he died. I forgot he died.
I did it a month earlier, about a month ago.
My bad. I forgot he died.
I think they're going to get in with one loss. I do think they're going to lose a game, though.
They're going to lose in the conference tournament. It's not just going to be a game.
And I think they'll get in to a team that would beat them.
What would say? What now?
I think they will lose in their conference tournament. I think they will get in, like Lance is saying. But I think the team that is left out, the first team out, would beat the brakes off of them.
And not only are they not going to get in, they're going to go to the NIT, and they're going to be bummed out about it, and they're going to get beat right away in the NIT. We won't show up on this show because, as a show, we do not talk NIT. We've had that long-standing rule for a very long time, and I know people are in the chat are like, when Auburn gets in it, you'll talk about it. No, we won't. It's the NIT. We don't care about the NIT on this show.
WAB, win against Bubble, is all I'm hearing about now. And it's not judged by what Duke would do with Miami of Ohio's schedule or what Miami of Ohio would do with Duke's schedule. It's what Miami of Ohio would do against other bubble teams, wins against the bubble. So you take all the teams that are considered on the bubble, what would Miami of Ohio's record be against those bubble teams? What would Auburn's be? Right now in WAB, Miami of Ohio is way ahead of Auburn, which I don't agree with.
Wins against Bubble, Miami, Ohio?
I mean, how can you prove that?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, the stupid analytics they use for this thing.
I mean, again, the schedules are apples and oranges, but Auburn has a ton of losses, and Miami of Ohio is unscathed. I think they got a better chance of winning a game just based on if they get the right draw, they might be a 3 or 4 point underdog, and everybody's going to be on Cal Sheet taking a position against them.
Yes.
And you know how that normally works out. So I'm going to lean that Miami, Ohio. I don't feel good about it, but that's the direction I would go.
I would lean better chance of them winning a game than being left out. I don't think they get left out now.
Fourth down.
We head down to the Plains. What happens first? Alex Golish gets the Auburn Tigers to a college football playoff, or Stephen Pearl gets the Auburn Tigers to a Sweet 16?
Well, so I don't think he's going to do it this year because I don't think they're going to make the tournament.
Would agree.
Number one. So that's Golish has a head start based on that.
But
I
more
also
than
don't
likely,
think Golish can get them to the playoffs.
That'd be tough.
It'd be tough.
So it probably sets up for next year.
Next year. And here's the problem. Next year, Byron Brown's got what's his eligibility situation?
I mean, I think
this is it.
Yeah, this should be it, but this could be one of those things where he files a waiver.
In the world we're living in, you can never say it, but assuming this is his only year, you got to restart at quarterback, and you got to restart a brand new roster for Stephen Pearl. I mean, it's going to be a new
complete
roster.
Makeover.
So this is a really difficult question, is what I'm getting at.
I would take Stephen Pearl. Stephen Pearl,
Yeah.
Sweet 16.
Yeah,
No, I mean, winning 2 games in the tournament, I mean, we blow by it. You're making the Sweet 16. But winning that second game, I don't care what your seed is, winning that second game is not easy.
Oh, they're all coin flips, almost.
Yeah.
Outside of the dominant ones against 8 or 9. I think both will happen in the next 5 years. Now, I would have said the same thing about Hugh Freeze, so.
And probably did.
I probably did.
Take that for what it's worth.
Yeah, for whatever that is worth.
Yeah, that's our 4 downs today. Show being brought to you by the wonderful folks at Inverness Country Club, where Brown has a golf shirt on again. Golf today, Brownie?
Golf today, Jim, yes.
Did you play yesterday?
Yes, Lance played at
3 days in a row
yesterday. That'll be today. No, I took Monday off.
How were the greens out there?
Greens are fantastic right now.
How was the frozen transfusion?
Frozen transfusion is top notch. You can also mix it. They've got a frozen lemonade drink. You can do a half and half transfusion with lemonade. Very, very good.
How was that Italian club?
Italian club is terrific.
Yeah,
it's a wrap now.
I mean, they've got everything, all the amenities you want. It's easy sell for the wife. You play a lot of golf. Tell her, hey, look, racket club, social club. Maybe she plays golf. The pool is going to be huge with that cabana, resort-style cabana this year. Newly renovated clubhouse and dining. They absolutely have memberships for everyone. Best days happen at the Inverness Country Club. For more information and to view all the amenities, go to iccalabama.com. That is iccalabama.com.
Follow Dunaway on Twitter and Instagram at Jim Dunaway.
I'm attorney Alexander Shinar, Alabama born, Alabama raised, and ready to fight for your rights. I have one of the largest firms in Alabama, and we are here to help you get the compensation you deserve. Call me, Alabama, 323-1000.
Your representation is made that the quality of legal services being performed is greater than those of other lawyers.
To everyone who craves a fresh meal made just for you, let our team member Jacob share what's special about Culver's.
In Wisconsin, our food comes from the heart, and taking the time to handcraft your meal with care is how we've always done it at Culver's. It's why your Butterburger doesn't touch the grill until after you order.
Come to Culver's and let us serve you a Butterburger made special just for you. From Wisconsin with love, welcome to Delicious.
At Central State Bank, we are large enough to serve you and small enough to know you. Manage your money with ease, whether it's mobile banking, hassle-free checking, competitive loans, business solutions, or personalized financial advice. We're your hometown bank with big-time service. Visit us today and experience banking made simple, because at Central State Bank, you come first.
Member FDIC.
When you crave activity like we do, you belong in the Roback family. Get the best golf wear, hoodies, and activewear for men and women at Roback.com. Use promo code TNR20 to get 20% off your order. That's Roback.com, promo code TNR20.
Hey, there's nothing worse than waking up to a plumbing problem. Don't get caught in a flooded house. Call the guys at Hemp Hill Services. Adam, Chad, and the team at Hemp Hill are the only ones I trust to fix it and fix it right the first time. Hemp Hill Services does it right and always at a fair price. For all of your plumbing, cooling, and heating needs, trust the name that Birmingham has trusted since 1954. That is Hemp Hill Services. Call now, 205-229-2090. That's 205-229-2090. Stop by the New York Butcher Shop and pick up the finest in certified Angus prime beef steaks and burgers, premium pork chops, ribs, and all-natural chicken cut to order just for you. Their chef-prepared entrees and side dishes are the perfect dinner-to-go choice for your family and are ready to heat at home. With a great selection of fine wines and desserts, the New York Butcher Shop is your one-stop dinner shop. 2 locations to serve you, Cahaba Heights and on Highway 119 in Greystone. The New York Butcher Shop, rare quality, well-done service.
Storm season is here. Make sure you have a plan of action in place right now. Greg from Pell City and Storm Restoration Roofing should be your first call when storms hit. Insurance companies love working with Storm Restoration Roofing because of Greg Nelson's name and reputation in the industry. When storms hit, call Greg Nelson. He's local, 205-542-3531. He's the home of the free no-cost roof inspection. Greg from Pell City on Facebook, 205-542-3531. It's Storm Restoration Roofing. Let's go racing. It's time for the Jack Links 500 at Talladega, April the 27th, and you can get your tickets right now at TalladagaSuperspeedway.com or calling 877-GO-TO-DEGA. Don't forget to enhance your ticket with the Garage Experience, everything from watching the Cup teams work on the cars to the Mobil 1 Victory Lane Trophy presentation. The most exciting, unpredictable racing in the world at Talladega. TalladagaSuperspeedway.com, 877-GO-TO-DEGA.
It's bow time. The Bojangles Chicken Rice Bowl is back. Get dirty rice, slow-cooked Cajun pintos, cheese, and your choice of chicken for just $7.49. But order now. It's only here for a limited time. It's bow time. It's bow time. The Bojangles Chicken Rice Bowl is back. Get dirty rice, slow-cooked Cajun pintos, cheese, and your choice of chicken for just $7.49. But order now. It's only here for a limited time. It's bow time.
Jim Dunaway, Lance Taylor, Ryan Brown. Live from the Birmingham Racecourse Casino Studios, the next round, presented by Bud Light, is on now.
All right, one more hour to go on the show. This final hour always brought to you by the great folks at Champy's World Famous Fried Chicken. I was talking to my mom last night, and she lives in Alabaster, and she's about a 12-minute drive from Highway 119, Sterling's place. And since my dad passed, she loves to go by there because Megan and Sterling treat her so nice. So she was like, hey, do you know how good their salads are there? I was like, every time I go there, I never get the salad. And she's like, I go by there and I have their chicken salad. It's delicious. I said, that's everything on the Champy's menu, Mom. And she's like, I know. And the rest of the conversation's off the record. But Champy's Chicken, that part of it, on the record. And we're on the record about how much we love that place. Champy's Chicken, Highway 119 in Alabaster. Those Mississippi Delta recipe tamales are fantastic. The chicken's brined overnight, cooked to order, the hand-cut chicken fingers, and salads. Don't forget to talk about the salads. They're good, too. It's all right there at Champy's Chicken, Highway 119 in Alabaster. And also, our friends at Hemphill gets us into a hot and cold talk about what's going on in the NFL.
Yeah, make sure your AC is ready to keep up with this changing weather. We're tapping on 80 the next few days. So if anything goes awry with your cooling, maybe the plumbing, the heating, 205-229-2090. Hard to stop a train. Call Adam, Chad, Andrew, the guys there. Tell them the next round sent you. For more information, hemphillservices.com.
Before we do the NFL, Forrester, can you give me the moon picture? Listen, I don't even know what's AI. I don't even know if we need to take pictures anymore. There's enough on the internet. We can create anything we want. But apparently the blood moon with a lunar eclipse, was that last night? And then somebody took this picture allegedly.
Yeah, it's a beautiful, great image, but I don't know what's real and what's not real anymore. I heard, we did the John Summerall with the alligator the other day,
yeah.
And I heard people questioning whether or not that was real.
That was
a real alligator.
No, I think it was,
yeah.
but you do question almost everything you see that's like kind of a wow.
Yeah, that looks enhanced. The moon looks enhanced. Great photo, but the moon looks a bit enhanced to me.
I was on social media. The guy says, I don't usually post anything that's not baseball. I was a baseball insider.
Don't you, if you're
but
Tennessee,
I had to post this image.
Yeah. Don't you do something with that? Hey, America's team.
Blood moon.
Yeah, I take Statue of Liberty out of the place there and replace it with that hound.
I might keep Statue of Liberty. Just throw a little, what's the little greenery on top of the orange?
Yeah.
Oh, so if you're Syracuse? I was going Tennessee.
I was going Tennessee, too.
Yeah.
Hey, if, Saturday down the way I was playing golf, and we had a later tee time, so it was, near dusk when we were finishing, and the moon was already in the sky. And I was like, hey, and I even told the three guys I was playing with, tonight's the night you can see the planets align. So I'm like, good, I thought of it. You know what I did? Went home, never thought of it again.
So we missed that?
We missed the planets. Did you go look at it?
No, I was hydrocodone up.
That's right.
Did anybody see it?
I don't know if anybody saw it.
No.
But I thought about it on the 18th tee. We were on the 18th tee, and you could already see the moon in the sky. And I told my foursome, I was like, Dunaway told me you're going to get to see the planets align. And
Six of them.
Well, which six is it? And I was like, it's not Uranus, so y'all don't get to make a joke.
Was this on Saturday?
Yeah, Saturday.
Yeah, I actually went to a very overrated restaurant and sat outside Saturday and
you
didn't
forgot
even
to
look
look.
up. Yeah.
I mean, it was a clear day, too. We would have easily seen it.
Yeah.
I missed it.
I share for y'all.
I know.
To enjoy. I knew I'd be out of it. I was barely awake 2 hours all day long just to see Bama beat Tennessee. In my head, the last time Alabama played basketball. If you want to hear us talk about Alabama's loss last night or Auburn's win, it's the first segment of the show today. You can go back that and get that wherever you get the show podcast. In the NFL, a lot's happening. One of the biggest things yesterday, though, was involving quarterbacks. One of them, Daniel Jones, gets tagged, and they're going to try to work out a long-term contract for him. And the other was Kyler Murray gets cut after 7 years. One playoff appearance in 7 years. He still owed $36.8 million. Arizona will be on the hook. Likely landing spots, the Jets, Vikings, and Dolphins.
I hear a lot about the Dolphins with him. Him being cut and not having to trade for him helps that out a lot because the Dolphins are going to have to pay a ton of money for Tua Tagovailoa to play football somewhere else. So they can't really afford to pay a ton of money for Kyler Murray. And the good news is Arizona will have to pay that money.
Yeah, but if you're Kyler Murray, why would you go to the Dolphins?
If you like Miami and you go tear it up there, you could get a deal out of it. I mean, Miami has to have quarterback, Lance. Now, it's a bad team. There's no doubt about it.
I just think Kyler's probably going.
I don't know if you know this, but we get the A+ every year on the best franchise to play for.
Did see that. And look, and I don't know, one of my best friends in the world is a huge Cardinals fan. He calls him Tiny Kyler. Was never a fan.
Yeah. I'm not a fan.
Internally, hear all these rumblings. He's not a good leader. But if you're Kyler Murray and somebody else is paying the freight, why would you not go somewhere you can win immediately?
Which is where?
Minnesota.
Do you think Minnesota wants him, though?
I don't know.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I agree with you. If I've got my choice of Miami or Minnesota, I'm definitely going to Minnesota.
And if you do take Kyler Murray, if you're Minnesota, then you're probably done with J.J. McCarthy. So I don't know how that plays.
Well, I really thought that was going to work, honestly. I thought McCarthy would be good for them.
Well, I mean, they can keep him as a backup. He's still on that rookie
deal.
contract.
Yeah.
Kyler Murray doesn't look like, I picture them being Kirk Cousins, Sam Darnold-like quarterback with that style.
He does not fit the bill, does he?
Yeah, Kyler Murray doesn't fit what they've been winning with. I would look for guys who look like that. Not necessarily white and not mobile, but somebody that's, at least adult size.
Man, I've just seen,
tall.
I've seen him at his best, and he is so freaking good. And then at his worst, he's really, really bad. And you just wonder if you can get some consistency out of him, and you wonder if you can really get him to buy in. Because, we heard things that, he wasn't studying film, didn't like studying film, liked playing video games, all that kind of stuff. To me, more surprising was the Colts putting a franchise tag on Daniel Jones, because at that point, what you're saying is, I believe Daniel Jones is one of the best 5 quarterbacks in the league. Yeah. You're paying him top 5 money.
I got to pay him that anyway. He may not be, but I'm paying him.
I'm paying him like he is.
And I don't get that, because what do you want if you are the Colts? You want Daniel Jones to go out and perform at another high level. And if he does that, then next year you're going to be stuck giving him elite money. So I thought it was really weird for the Colts to do that. I thought there was maybe some better options, but good for Daniel Jones. I know a lot of guys don't like playing on the 1-year guaranteed salary, but when you're making $38 million for 1 year, it's a lot of money.
Well, they are saying that they're going to try to work out a long-term deal, and I guess if they do that, they can pull the tag off, and then he plays under that contract, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
then you have nobody tagged for that year? Is there not a rule that you have to have somebody tagged?
You don't have to have somebody tagged.
Do you not? Okay.
No. And I think there's only like 4 or 5 guys that got tagged yesterday.
Yeah. Trey Hendrickson did not, of the Bengals, so he's out and rolling. Kenneth Walker didn't. He's out and rolling. The Jets did tag Breece Hall, though. So whoever the quarterback is at the Jets, you got a pretty good back behind you.
You do, but there again, we were talking about this with Kenneth Walker. Now you've got a back that you're paying top 5 money to, and that's a lot of money to be tied up at running back.
It is.
But he's a productive player for the Jets. So
that's the thing. You look at that roster, and, Garrett Wilson jumps out, but he's one of the top 3 or 4 players on that roster. But do you really want to tie up that kind of money at the running back
who's their starting quarterback?
So many other.
I was just telling Dunaway, you were coming back in from the bathroom break there. Mike Garofalo, NFL Network, is reporting today that the Jets have interest in Tua as a free agent. Tua gets if he gets cut, and it's not a trade, the Jets aren't going to trade for him, but Tua as a free agent, they would have interest in him. I guess Tua would start at the Jets, would he not?
Yeah, I think he would start. And then back to the Cardinals, I've heard they've got interest in Jimmy Garoppolo. Because Mike LaFleur goes there. He loves Jimmy Garoppolo, coached him with the Rams and under Sean McVay. And, I still think Garoppolo's got some football left. I don't know how you guys feel about him.
Better than a lot of things I see on Sundays.
Yeah.
Do you think it's a complication for Tua? Because you guys say he's going to start wherever or at least Lance has said. I don't know how you feel about that. Yeah.
I think he starts at least as a placeholder for one of the young quarterbacks.
But one thing that would make him be more likely to be a starter, it's kind of tough to have him as a backup because he's left-handed, don't you think? Do you think that's a big
impact?
impact?
Because of left tackle, right tackle?
Well, I'm just talking about the ball comes out different from a lefty and a righty. If everybody else is...
Didn't Baltimore always have a right-handed backup with the left-handed Lamar Jackson? Wasn't Huntley, was he right-handed?
No, but Lamar's right-handed.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. Gosh. Tua, I think, is the only left-handed starter, is he not? Yeah.
Yeah.
I just wonder if that complicates him being a backup. Do you want to go from a righty to a lefty? Because, to your point, right tackle, left tackle becomes an issue. And the ball comes out different. It's a different pass from a lefty. I don't know. I'm just throwing that out there. Seems like that does complicate it a little bit.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. We haven't had a lot of...
You just don't have a lot of lefties.
There's not a lot of lefties in the NFL.
Yeah, not a lot of lefties left out there. By the way, I don't know if the Dolphins one day will have a salary structure where every player makes the same amount of money.
Communism? Socialism? Whatever it is?
But a Chinese billionaire bought 1% of your team.
I wish. Well,
he bought it on a $12.5 billion valuation. So 1% of $12.5 billion is what he paid for his 1%.
$125 million.
Yeah, so he paid
good.
$125 million for 1% of the Miami Dolphins.
But this guy obviously is probably a brilliant businessman, and it shows you what just having 1 point of an NFL franchise can do.
I wonder how he feels about our uniform.
The Dolphins.
I wonder if they're going to put General Tso's chicken in the concessions.
Ah, that would be a huge win. Yes.
The Dolphins owner says he's had an offer for $15 billion for his franchise in Miami.
And look, I mean, Stephen Ross, again, we joke about it, but he gets an A+ from the players that play for him. So
they seem to be doing everything right except winning.
I mean, the owner, though, is making a lot of those decisions, right? I mean, he obviously missed on his head coach. He missed on his general manager. You just had to fire both those guys, Chris Greer, the general manager, and Mike McDaniel, the head coach. I mean, some of that, and he's missed on head coaches leading up to Mike McDaniel. Some of that's got to fall at his feet. Yeah. Brian Flores. I mean, some of that's got to fall at his feet as the team owner.
I think that shows you there's always a price, right? But for billionaires, maybe there's not.
Yeah. He would
$15 billion, huh? So he would probably net. I don't know what he paid for Miami.
A lot.
Yeah, but I mean, but Jim says they're valued at $12 billion.
Now, I don't know if that's a private equity group that's offering him that, if it's Saudi oil, if it's more Chinese money. You know, there may be a reason why he did not take $15 billion, but he said he had a $15 billion offer that he believes that the valuation of the team is closer to the $12.5 billion that they got for this guy's 1% than what other people have been valuing NFL franchises.
According to this is AI, so take it for what it's worth, but it is believable because he bought the Dolphins in 2009. He paid $1 billion for them.
Yeah.
If he's offered 15 times that,
yeah,
that is one heck of an investment.
Now, it is crazy. The guy bought 1% of the team, but he wants to recognize Bermuda as part of Miami. He doesn't want to give Bermuda their independence.
Hey, by the way,
that's a little Taiwan joke, Jimmy D.
Wait, do you know where Bermuda is? The reason I bring this up is like one of my off-the-radar, really favorite movies is called The Deep.
You can make a boat trip from Miami to Bermuda pretty easy, right?
No, Bermuda's not in the Caribbean.
Yeah,
Nassau?
it's not the Caribbean.
No, what's it
called?
Bahamas.
Nassau.
You're thinking of the Bahamas.
Yeah, the Bahamas.
It's a great joke, but you had the wrong island.
Bahamas.
So, no, I was always confused, too, with the geography of Bermuda. So The Deep was Peter Benchley's follow-up to Jaws.
Okay,
and the movie was with Nick Nolte and Robert Shaw and Jacqueline Bisset. Yeah.
All right, here's Bermuda. Tyler showed you.
But there is Bermuda.
Yeah, it's out in the middle of the Atlantic.
And
I was thinking Bahamas.
Yeah, you were.
I mean, do you guys talk to anybody like in the 70s? I remember Bermuda with the Bermuda Triangle and everything being like a big destination. I have never talked to anybody that's been to Bermuda.
It's in the cocktail song.
Bermuda.
Lance, my brother-in-law just went there this past summer.
Okay, I stand corrected. What did he say about it?
Did he have to go there, like
it was
USAID or
no? It was his girlfriend. They went with his, her family, but he flew out of New York City because they live in New Jersey. Quicker flight from New York City to Bermuda than it is from New York direct into Birmingham.
Really?
Okay, well
surprised by
maybe a lot of New Yorkers still go there because the couple,
it's only
Nick
about 2
Nolte
hours.
and Jacqueline Bisset, were from New York City in the movie.
Now, when you look at the map that Tyler has pulled up, your joke was much better with the Bahamas there.
That's what I meant, Bahamas.
Yeah, your Taiwan Chinese joke.
Now, I kind of understand why we had a Bermuda Triangle. I mean, that's
it's at the top of the triangle.
a lot of treacherous water.
Yeah, but you always view Bermuda being at the bottom of the triangle.
Oh, yeah.
That would be my kiosk at the Bermuda airport. You'd be getting off, and I would be selling you shirts that said "Fear the Triangle." That'd be my T-shirt. Fear the Triangle.
I went to the Triangle and only got this T-shirt.
Yeah, luckily, only got this T-shirt. All right, show being brought to you today in part by our friends at Central State Bank. Brownie, tell us about Central State.
That is the bank, Jimmy D, that is big enough to meet every single need you have, but they are small enough to know you because they are a community bank. There's such a benefit from operating with a community bank. People that are in your community, they know your businesses, they know what you're doing, they make local decisions. That is what you get with Central State Bank. You walk in one of their branches, if you've been in more than just a handful of times, they're going to call you by your first name. They know you, they know what you're doing. So whatever your dream is, from something as small as purchasing a car to something as big as starting your own business, do it all with Central State Bank. Local, dedicated to their community. Central State Bank, member FDIC.
Hey, and how about one bird, two stones? I mean, 2 stones, 1 bird. Maybe this is right. The ultimate excuse for a vasectomy. So technically one bird, two stones
That's
in
correct,
this situation.
yes.
Our friends at UrologyCentersAlabama.com have a great excuse to kick back, relax, and enjoy the biggest games this March. Schedule your vasectomy right now at Urology Centers of Alabama and recover just in time to catch every buzzer beater from the comfort of your own couch. It's quick, it's easy, and it's the perfect excuse for a few days of relaxation. To get more details or to schedule the appointment, 205-930-0920, UrologyCentersAlabama.com. 70 years of compassionate care, everything from prostate health to kidney stones, and the great urologists that have been making the name people trust in Alabama. UrologyCentersAlabama.com. Your health, your game plan there. All right, back to basketball before we get to trash today. Cut 13, Tyler. Bucky McMillan, Texas A&M. They walloped Kentucky last night. They went on a 27-2 run. They beat Kentucky 96-85, and this should lock A&M in. Here's what Bucky McMillan thinks about the Aggies in the NCAA tournament.
Look, I mean, I'll just say it like this. I don't like to make anyone upset or the NCAA tournament committee upset. I'm not trying to lobby. I'm not going to lobby for our team. Look, you know, at the end of the day, you should want our team in the tournament because we're good enough. We won 20-plus games, and we have a winning record in the league, but we need to go get this next one regardless. I want to make a run in the SEC tournament. But I'm not going to lobby. I'm not going to cry about getting in or anything like that. Like, that's not what it's about here. You should want Texas A&M if they're in there in the tournament. We've done stuff on the road. Even the games we've lost against the top teams in the league have been right there a lot of times. We're an exciting team. We're a tough matchup for other teams. We're in the number one league in the country. With a bunch of guys that came together there last second. We lost a couple games early and kind of really rolled in spite of adversity. So, and we've took everything that's come our way. And if you kind of look at the totality of the season, we want to be in that deal for sure. But, you know, we want people that want us in there. I mean, that's how I feel about it.
For not lobbying, he did a tremendous lobbying job there. I mean, and I don't disagree with him. Jerry Palm has him in the 10-7 against BYU right now, who, by the way, is taking on water. BYU, they are in a funk.
They lost a big player, not Dabatsa, but they lost a big contributor.
The losers are 4 of their last 5. But anyway, that's the world that they're living in with the bracket projections, is in the 10-7 type game.
Yeah, I mean, they're locked after that win last night. Look, and they've got LSU. You've got the layup coming up this weekend. You know, and you look at their losses when they went in that funk. I mean, it was really good teams in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, Florida, Missouri, Vanderbilt, Arkansas. You know,
that's a tough run.
Yeah, I mean, it really is. So, I mean, you were losing. I mean, in the world of college basketball, all these losses help out if they're quad one losses, and those are all quad one.
Meanwhile, on the way to back-to-back national championships, Florida's never looked better. They've won 15-16, 13 of those by double digits. Easy win over Mississippi State last night. They beat Arkansas over the weekend, so 111-77 over Arkansas, 108-74 last night. Back-to-back SEC wins of scoring over 105 points by more than 25 points winning the game. It hasn't happened since 1971 Kentucky. 1971, where I think we were listening to Captain and Tennille on the radio. And we were listening to what is called the radio in 1971. Todd Golden got his 100th career win last night. That's a lot squeezed into 100,
he got there in a hurry.
wins. Here's Todd Golden afterwards.
I mean, I think, you know, probably took me a little longer than expected to kind of figure out what the best way for us to play was, you know. And again, like, we have a lot of talented guys that are trying to figure each other out, you know, that have kind of been alphas at other places and trying to find, you know, the shot diet and who should be finishing possessions and what guys should be shooting threes, what guys shouldn't be shooting threes. Like, it just takes a while, especially when you have some new pieces and returners playing new roles. And, you know, I felt like we started clicking early in conference play. That Tennessee game was big, and then we got on the road and started winning some games by double figures. And we've been really consistent that way since then. We shot it well again tonight, you know, 8 for 22. Great stat. After last game, through 15 league games, we were shooting a better percentage from 3 than our opponents were in league play. So tired of hearing all you guys talk about our three-point shooting and ask me about that. We're actually better three-point shooting than our opponents.
Okay.
Because you do view
I've got
them.
a better stat than that. So I think Darius Acuff may be the best player in the league, but if I had a vote, Ruben Chenalou would be my player of the year in the SEC.
I mean, he's like showing up to a knife fight with a gun. He does everything.
I mean, a Florida record now 18 double-doubles. But how about this? I brought up the fact LSU had 44 attempts from the field last night against Auburn. Florida made 45 field goals.
Wow.
Florida had more made field goals last night than LSU had attempts.
Yeah.
That is a pretty remarkable stat. I would 100% agree with you on that.
I tell you, every time I look at post-game notes on Florida, when I see Chenalou's points scored, and then I'm about to move my eyes to the right to see how many rebounds he had.
You always think the points scored or the rebounds, right?
No, I always think that the points scored, and I'm just trained by Chenalou to know that the next number, the rebounds, is going to be higher than his points scored. That's the kind of workhorse. Yeah. If he scored 12, he pulled 16 rebounds. If he scores 14, he pulled 17 rebounds. He's just there's nobody else like him in college basketball.
Yeah, I think we compare this backcourt way too much to last year's where Walter Clayton really took it over.
Was the best player on their team.
Yeah, and I do think, I mean, look, this backcourt's gotten so much better. We knew the upside of Boogie Flynn, but Xavier Lee coming in from an Ivy League school is really starting to get comfortable in this offense. So I don't think the backcourt is going to be a problem once you get to the NCAA tournament. And I think that front court's so good. Again, I said it a couple of days ago. If I could only take one team right now, I think I would take Florida.
Over Arizona and Michigan.
I think I would.
We're not
over Duke.
I think I would. Duke pisses me off because of last year. Last year's Duke was so much better than this year, but this year's team just seems to be playing better together.
It's a great point. Florida's going to be a 1 seed by the time we get there.
Oh, let's see if Palm has them today. I don't know if he moved them
up.
Well,
you go to Palm really quick.
It's the only one that's there. I mean, what do you want me to do? You want me to call Joe Lenardi?
Joe,
will you crap out a bracketology so we can talk about it? I don't know what you want me to do.
I'm just not a huge. I don't know why. I don't know. I don't.
Well, I mean, it's easily digestible.
I know.
Who am I looking for now?
Nashville,
Florida.
Nashville is a destination city. A lot of people like to go up there and party. We were talking to a Georgia fan last week that is going up there, and you know, Georgia did look good last night, but they've got no chance of winning in that tournament. I don't think anybody does. So if you're one of these fan bases, you can go to Nashville to have fun. But if Florida wants to win this tournament, they're winning this tournament.
Okay, well, and I was about to ask that question. He's got him as a 2, by the way. Palm does.
But they do have a tricky game this weekend.
We're not in the world where we're going to start talking about Florida. Probably wouldn't hurt them to lose a game, right? I mean, do y'all buy into that whole?
No, we talked about it yesterday. No,
it's been a while since they've lost one, but y'all don't buy
into
it.
Was Auburn their last loss?
Yeah,
sure
Auburn was their last loss. How long ago does that feel?
A long time ago.
How weird does that seem?
Oh, I agree. Based on where these two teams went.
Do you guys remember the date on that game? I got it right here.
January 24th.
It was in January.
Yeah, January 24th. Yeah. So we might get to the tournament, and they're going to be 7 weeks from the last loss.
That's why I asked the
question. Now do Miami of Ohio. Speaking of Miami of Ohio, Bruce Pearl has been on everybody's lips at Miami of Ohio. The AD has said enough to where Travis Steele doesn't have to say a lot. He's the head coach at Miami of Ohio, by the way. I already didn't like this team, but now I don't even drink my soda. Here's Miami of Ohio.
You know, number one, I'm going to address Bruce. I like Bruce. I do. And Bruce is a great guy. I'm not calling Bruce and asking him for his opinion on our team. All respect to Bruce. Bruce is a way better coach than I'll ever be. All right? Like, he's a Hall of Famer. He's won everywhere he's been. That's what I talk. I could care less what the heck he says. I mean, we control our own destiny. Let's prepare the right way. Let's focus on the right things. Now, for David Saylor, I love that he's going to bat for us. Right? He's a fighter. You know, he's going to fight for us. You know, so he's not afraid of anybody, and he wants to see our program do really well and get the recognition it deserves.
Yeah, that's his athletic director who took Bruce to task.
I kind of like that answer. Yeah, I don't have a problem with it.
Yeah, and look, he's been saying a lot. His sound bites this year have been really, really good. Travis Steele's have.
Yeah, I kind of like that. I mean, I thought he handled that. I don't know what the question was. You know,
what do you have to say about Bruce Pearl's comments that you guys, if you lose one, if you don't win the automatic bid, you don't belong in the tournament?
You know, he could have gone on Mick Cronin and gotten haughty about it and talked about.
He didn't have to because his AD did.
That's right.
If your AD hadn't said anything, maybe he does have to go back for him.
But I thought that was handled very well by him.
But if you're Travis Steele, you've got a ton of seniors on this team, and you are looking for that next job, right?
Oh, yeah. He hopes he cashes this in on, again, it's going to be an active carousel.
Yeah, I think he will, though. 25 wins last year, 30 wins this year. He's going to get an opportunity.
That's the sad thing is his AD's going so hard to bat for him. And this guy's probably
no. He's going to bat for those little trinkets you get for making the NCAA tournament and maybe winning a game and getting more of the money, so that you can pay for that $240 million arena they're building on campus.
I don't understand that.
$240 million.
Yeah.
$240 million?
I don't know where they're getting the steel and the concrete for that.
Neville Arena, I think, was $90 million.
Oh, I was going to say 240 was on the low end.
No.
These aren't NFL stadiums, but 240 is a lot of money.
Neville Arena was originally, according to AI. Now listen,
if I gave Alabama $240 million, they could build an on-campus arena.
Are you kidding me?
Get Greg Byrne on the phone.
Greg Byrne would cry at that. $86 million is what Neville Arena was built for. Now, to be fair, that was in 2010, and
prices have changed.
But still, you're talking times 3.
Yeah, that's probably how much the inflation has changed over. 2010. How many different administrations has that been? At least 2, 3.
I mean,
it's been a lot.
A lot has changed.
Yeah.
2 Trump administrations at that time. Yeah,
and a Biden. So there's been some changes in the cost of stuff. That's all I hear from my buddies all the time. Is that Neville or is that the on-campus Miami arena?
That's the Miami arena?
Yeah.
I got to be honest with you. That doesn't look like $240 million to me.
It looks like Coleman Coliseum.
It really does. That's what I thought.
It really does. And they put a little Washington Monument little thing over here, but beside it.
Yeah. Is that the bell tower?
Yeah.
Every school's got to have a bell tower, right?
It's at Coleman Coliseum with their version of Denny Chimes, but they got a tiger walk going on outside of it. It works out really good.
Guys, I visited the state of Alabama, and here's what I came away with.
And a mountain range.
Yeah, what is the back range there?
Yeah, I don't know. That's the Miami Mountains. You've never seen the Miami Mountains in Ohio?
It could be a tidal wave for all I know. All right, we'll do trash when we come back on the other side. The show being brought to you by our friends at Michelson Laser Vision. Tell us about Michelson.
205-969-8100, the number that I called way back in 2003. Dr. Mark Michelson, the first to perform the LASIK procedure in the state of Alabama in 1995. Make the phone call that I made. Ask for Amy Toe. The next round sent you. Dr. Michelson, Dr. Jen Michelson, best in the business. 205-969-8100 or michelsonlaservision.com.
Follow LT on Twitter at @TheLanceTaylor.
I'm attorney Alexander Shinar, Alabama born, Alabama raised, and ready to fight for your rights. I have one of the largest firms in Alabama, and we are here to help you get the compensation you deserve. Call me, Alabama, 323-1000.
No representation is made that the quality of legal services being performed is greater than those of other lawyers.
Sterling and the fine folks at Champy's Chicken on Highway 119 in Alabaster want to welcome you in for a great lunch or dinner starting at 11 a.m. every day. Chicken that's brined overnight and cooked to order, and the taste of the Delta with those Delta recipe tamales. Champy's is perfect for all your tailgating needs this football season. You can also choose Champy's for your next party, wedding, or birthday. Great food, great people. Champy's Chicken on Highway 119 in Alabaster, and everything online at champyschicken.com.
At Central State Bank, we are large enough to serve you and small enough to know you. Manage your money with ease, whether it's mobile banking, hassle-free checking, competitive loans, business solutions, or personalized financial advice. We're your hometown bank with big-time service. Visit us today and experience banking made simple, because at Central State Bank, you come first.
Member FDIC.
Catch up on all of today's Next Round on demand through the podcast platform of your choice. Apple, Spotify, iHeart, or Google Podcasts. Wherever you listen, always like, follow, subscribe, and turn on automatic downloads so you never miss any part of the Next Round.
Stop by the New York Butcher Shop and pick up the finest in certified Angus prime beef steaks and burgers, premium pork chops, ribs, and all-natural chicken cut to order just for you. Their chef-prepared entrees and side dishes are the perfect dinner-to-go choice for your family and are ready to heat at home. With a great selection of fine wines and desserts, the New York Butcher Shop is your one-stop dinner shop. 2 locations to serve you, Cahaba Heights and on Highway 119 in Greystone. The New York Butcher Shop, rare quality, well-done service.
Storm season is here. Make sure you have a plan of action in place right now. Greg from Pell City and Storm Restoration Roofing should be your first call when storms hit. Insurance companies love working with Storm Restoration Roofing because of Greg Nelson's name and reputation in the industry. When storms hit, call Greg Nelson. He's local, 205-542-3531. He's the home of the free no-cost roof inspection. Greg from Pell City on Facebook, 205-542-3531. It's Storm Restoration Roofing.
Remember the name Way to Wellness if you're battling weight loss in your life. I'm Jim Dunaway from The Next Round. There was a time I was over 216 pounds until Way to Wellness helped me lose 45 pounds, and now for over 2 years, they've helped me keep that weight off. Here's their website, aplanforme.com, aplanforme.com. That's a great name for a website because there's no cookie-cutter plan. Everything is designed specifically for you. No contract, no sign-up fees, and your first consultation is free at Way to Wellness.
Hey, there's nothing worse than waking up to a plumbing problem. Don't get caught in a flooded house. Call the guys at Hemp Hill Services. Adam, Chad, and the team at Hemp Hill are the only ones I trust to fix it and fix it right the first time. Hemp Hill Services does it right and always at a fair price. For all of your plumbing, cooling, and heating needs, trust the name that Birmingham has trusted since 1954. That is Hemp Hill Services. Call now, 205-229-2090. That's 205-229-2090.
It's bow time. The Bojangles Chicken Rice Bowl is back. Get dirty rice, slow-cooked Cajun pintos, cheese, and your choice of chicken for just $7.49. But order now. It's only here for a limited time. It's bow time. It's bow time. The Bojangles Chicken Rice Bowl is back. Get dirty rice, slow-cooked Cajun pintos, cheese, and your choice of chicken for just $7.49. But order now. It's only here for a limited time. It's bow time.
Always love when this happens. New generation of players that we've watched play in the NFL. Jason Witten's son earlier this week, Cooper Witten, 5-star linebacker, picked Oklahoma over a host of other schools, so he's going to Oklahoma.
That's where his dad's coaching now.
Cooper Witten, a 5-star linebacker, 5-star plus, supposed to be an elite player, so that's where he's going to go.
You remember when that was a big deal in college basketball? You go hire the kid's dad and the kid commits to you. Such a big deal, they made a rule against doing it.
That's right.
And I'm not saying that's why Oklahoma hired Jason Witten. Jason Witten's a terrific football mind.
Yeah, now you just pay them.
I know you don't do it anymore.
You don't have to have the loophole of hiring their father.
Brown mentioned it on the show yesterday. Kentucky AD Mitch Barnhart stepping down. Was the longest tenured AD. 2002 is when he took over. Hired Billy Gillespie. Fired him.
That was a miss.
But brought in John Calipari.
That was a hit.
Which was a big get. Mark Stoops, all-time winningest coach.
Yeah, I still think that was a good hire.
Oh, no, that was a good hire. But then you had to fire him, which is the tough part.
Gave him the big contract and then fired him.
I think getting Will Stein was a big get for them.
Scott Strickland at Florida learned and worked under Mitch Barnhart. John Cohen at Auburn learned and worked under Mitch Barnhart. And Greg Byrne at Alabama worked and learned under Mitch Barnhart. So,
boy, they've all got, I don't want to say questionable hires because I like all the hires.
Strickland does.
But they've got, they're on the hook for a lot of these hires
now,
right
Strickland
now.
got Todd Golden right, obviously. But Strickland has made some questionable hires at Florida.
But go back to the Gators, the alligator report last year. That was almost really dicey.
Yeah. I mean, but Dan Mullen, he had to get rid of him very quickly, probably because boosters wanted him out. Felt like Scott stood by Dan Mullen. In hindsight, Dan Mullen was a pretty good football coach, and we think he hit a home run with John Summerall.
Yeah. In between there, he missed one, and everybody's going to miss one, though.
Yeah.
Sun Belt Billy didn't work out.
And Greg Byrne had to replace the greatest coach in college football history, and did it with a guy with a great resume. And
that had just played for the national championship.
And has done some good things. I know a lot of people don't believe it, but he's done a lot of good things.
Well, whether it works or not, like if you just step back and say, okay, I'm replacing the greatest coach of all time. Well, there were two guys that played in the national championship game. Well, I want to hire one of them. Well, you did.
Yeah.
I mean, I think most people are going to say, okay, that worked.
In retrospect, though, if he hired, and look, it never would have happened in a million years, but if Cignetti was Alabama's coach the last 2 years, what do you think it looks like?
We've done this. We've discussed it on the air before. I'll say it again, like I did last time. If he had taken the Alabama job from James Madison, he would not have been able to bring these
Correct.
James Madison players with him because you couldn't flush 5 stars and 4 stars off your roster.
Yeah, but I think you had enough turnover in that roster that you would have brought the key guys, the D'Angelo Ponds of the world.
I don't think people are, well, maybe a few key guys, but the people around the program would have hit the brakes hard.
I think it would have been better. I mean, I think they're definitely back-to-back. They get into the college football playoff.
Yeah, it wouldn't be what he
for
did.
sure.
I disagree.
It wouldn't be what he did in Indiana,
100%.
I can tell you that. Yeah.
I disagree.
I mean, he's a better coach than Kalen. And you guys know I love Kalen. But
I do know that,
he's a better coach.
I mean, he's won a national championship, so I can't argue with that. I just don't think that you can say because he did this at Indiana, he would do this at Alabama. And that first year schedule was Kalen DeBoer would have dreamed of that first year schedule.
Oh, the one that Indiana had?
Yeah, I mean, let's not forget he lost 2 games to the team that won the national championship and the team that played for the national champion, both on the road.
Yeah, absolutely. But who did he beat? Our friends at NASCAR will have 43 cars trying to win the Jack Links 500. Sunday, April 27th is the race. The weekend is the 25th through the 27th, and you get a chance to get doubleheader racing on Saturday, all the fun and festivities on Friday, and the big race, the Cup race, on Sunday. You can get your tickets at TalladegaSuperspeedway.com, 877-GO-TO-DEGA. The great garage experience is there for you, the camping, all the usual fun that you have at Talladega Super Speedway. And don't forget the Jack Links 500, 1 o'clock Central Time. And you get special deals for the kids 12 and under. Get a really cheap ticket to get in there, and you can watch NASCAR's biggest stars take on the baddest track in NASCAR. TalladegaSuperspeedway.com. And our friend Alexander Shannara takes us to trash today.
Shannara.com. You find yourself in one of Lance's trash stories and need some legal help? Well, Alexander Shannara is the first place you go. Shannara.com. You don't pay a dime unless they win your case with Alexander Shannara. You might have heard me say this number before. I can't say it enough. They are laughing in the chat room at how casually we just throw around the $1 billion phrase. Stephen Ross only paid $1 billion for the Miami Dolphins. How about Alexander Shannara has recovered $2 billion for his clients?
That's 2 NFL franchises.
Yeah, back in 2009 it was. Alexander Shannara, trial attorneys. He's done that, $2 billion, by maintaining some core values: integrity, mastery, passion, and success. When you are in need of an attorney, Alexander Shannara, trial attorneys, the place to go. Shannara.com, Shannara.com.
Sandra, how far has this family come? We came from Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
LT's Trash is presented by Bud Light.
Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Our friends from Bud Light. We start first. One of the most infamous comedy props of the 1990s has gone up to auction.
Oh, before you even say it.
Before I even look at the photo. So the most
you
infamous.
have no chance at getting this.
From what year?
The 90s.
And it was a movie prop?
It actually would be the 1995. Yeah, you guys will never get it.
It's a movie prop.
It's a movie prop.
Oh, so it's a comedy movie
I'll even
prop.
give you the movie.
Okay.
Ace Ventura: When Nature Calls.
I don't know.
It's going to be...
Did you even see it?
I have seen it, yes.
I don't know if I don't think I've
When
seen
Nature
that one.
Calls, not
Yeah,
Pet
this is-
Detective.
No, I've seen the second one. When Nature Calls, is that the one where he's at the sliding glass door and he goes, You remember that scene?
I don't remember that scene.
Yeah.
Maybe you haven't seen it then.
I'm going to say it's a...
Don't be all judgy.
It's a plaid shirt.
The prop used in the film's iconic scene when Jim Carrey's Ace Ventura emerges from the rear of a fake rhinoceros.
He got crapped out.
Is now being sold.
Yeah.
Now, the
Would've
listing
never gotten that.
describes it as an oversized mechanical butt birth rhino created for the 1995 sequel. The mechanical rhino listed through Prop Store's entertainment memorabilia auction, where potential buyers can view the lot and place bids through the company's online platform. According to the listing, prop measures roughly 128 inches long and around 80 inches tall, and was constructed primarily from fiberglass and foam elements.
It was a rather disturbing scene. I do remember it.
As of writing, the movie memorabilia has recorded 6 bids, the highest at $4,000. Bidding ends March 25th.
I'm going to pass, guys.
I never saw this movie. I saw the original Ace Ventura a couple of times. I never saw it.
I was having a conversation about Jim Carrey the other day, and I said most of his comedy movies, other than Dumb and Dumber I liked start to finish. most of his, like the Ace Ventura and all that, I liked like the first hour of it, and then I'm like, oh, okay, it's getting a little old.
Was that discussion on the air when we were talking about his plastic surgery?
It was
Yeah,
not.
he'll wear
this
you
is,
out.
This is actually different. Yes.
Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless
See, I've
Mind,
never
by
seen that.
far his best film, in my opinion.
It's fantastic.
Yeah,
I've never
very,
seen
very
that.
good.
Dumb and Dumber would be, in my opinion, his best film. That or Truman Show.
Yeah,
I liked
Truman
Truman
Show's
Show.
great.
Maybe the best Jim Carrey Mount Rushmore one day on the next reel, available for you right now on the YouTube
Then again,
channel.
maybe not, Tyler.
But
Maybe not.
that kind of movie content are
Yes.
not
I like that.
at the movie at the next reel.
Yeah.
Man from China has gone viral after driving almost 600 miles to propose to his girlfriend and telling traffic to get out of the way during his journey. Now, proposing to your partner can take a fair bit of planning. Not only do you have the engagement ring sorted out, but you also want to make sure you've got a photographer on hand to capture things. On top of all that, you need to have a location locked down as well. You might choose somewhere that means something in your relationship rather than doing it on the fly in public or at a family get-together. Now, in the case of 26-year-old Tan, T-A-N,
I've got a neighbor named Tan. Can you believe that?
Through, I think they're from the same place. He powered through traffic in China, urging fellow drivers to get out of the way so that he could propose to his longtime girlfriend during the Lunar New Year. Is this guy across the street that doesn't cut his grass?
No, that guy got moved a long time ago. New guy in there that not only does he cut his grass, he's got freaking Augusta National. I mean,
good for him.
He's retired and loves doing yard work.
On his podcast, he's complaining about Brown's yard.
I mean, look, I do all I can. This guy is next level. Nicest guy in the world, but he loves keeping that yard
Can you
looking good.
believe that the guy across the street from me has his own podcasting company, but his yard looks like that?
There's a guy at number
Can't believe
7 T-Box at Ballantrae. His yard at the T-Box.
Oh, it's beautiful.
It could be December.
Yeah.
And it's green and plush.
I remember that. You know, that guy, he's got the fenced-in backyard. Or
it's
the
not
fenced
fenced
in
in.
next to it. Yeah. It's beautiful.
But it's green. I mean, it could be Christmas time, and it's green.
That's hard to do. I mean, the
not
only
a blade out of
green
place.
that I see like that is, on the corner turning into my neighborhood, that bank, and it is always freaking lush green.
Yeah, every day of the year that thing's green.
But it's the same. I mean, it's brown. I'm playing on brown grass, blah blah blah, and all of a sudden get to number 7 T-Box. I'm like, what does this guy do?
I know.
I mean, he has to own a landscaping company.
It's beautiful.
Now-
you know what? I think he does. I think somebody's told me that before.
As per the South China Morning Post, Tan drove 12 and a half hours to meet his girlfriend, but had a sign plastered on his car for other drivers to share in the joy. Quote, "Brothers, let me go first. I am heading to propose to the love of my life," the sign read.
Oh.
Brothers.
Now, Tan told TV that a number of drivers congratulated him all along the way, with plenty heeding the sign's advice and moving out of the way for him to go first. He went on to say, quote, "At first, the journey felt endless, but the closer I got, the more excited I became. The kindness I received made my happiness even greater," he said, revealing that his girlfriend ultimately said yes to the proposal.
Oh, good.
I still have never heard anybody say no on the proposal. Have you guys ever heard that story?
No. I was going to make a joke when I thought this was the proposal sign. If you read it right to left, it's a proposal. Left to right, it's a breakup. But so the sign was, get out of the way. I'm going to do this.
It only took her 5-10 minutes to say yes.
Cat has been banned from a school's campus after spending months wandering into classrooms and even allegedly setting off an alarm.
I'm so allergic.
Now,
Are you really to all cats?
Everyone I've been around.
Wow.
plenty of offices now have an office pet. Someone will usually bring their dog or cat for a few days during the week, and it helps lift the spirits of everyone else they work with. However, there are some cases where the guests are uninvited. That's been the case in Glasgow, Scotland, at Clyde's College's Carnold campus, with a ginger tabby cat roaming the hallways without invitation. The cat, who has been named as Rebel by staff and students, has become a familiar face for people in the building. However, as of February 26, cats present has been banned, with students and staff urged to not feed him or encourage him to loiter around the building.
Do you guys remember if your daughters had Miss Clayton for science in 6th grade? That's who my daughter has, and
I don't think so.
You might remember that she's got pets in the room. They live in the room. I think it's 2 rabbits, and they've got.
Yeah, Miss Price had that, but it was like.
It's a science class, so it makes sense, and the kids love it. Like the rabbits, you know, she'll let them out in class, and you can keep them or whatever. And then they've got not hamsters, not gerbils, but what's
Guinea pigs?
Guinea pigs. Nah, maybe not.
You know, Bullet and Chili would love to come up here and just chill out with us. Yeah.
I'm sure.
Well, you used to bring Ladybird up here.
There is no.
Yeah, Ladybird did. Ladybird was
chill.
Much more well behaved.
Yes, there is no chill out in those two dogs.
No.
That doesn't exist with those two dogs.
I mean, amazing how hyper they are.
I had a class with African toads as the pets.
Was it a science class?
It was.
You cut them open?
We did not, no.
Did you ever dissect frogs?
No, not frogs. I had
We
to
did.
dissect a fetal pig.
We dissected frogs and a cat. We dissected cats too.
Yeah, I think your school's got more money if you're doing the pig as opposed to the frog.
Wow, we
The
were
room
counting.
just reeks of formaldehyde.
Formaldehyde's
it is the worst.
and you can't get that out of your nose too. Like
Yeah.
you smell it the rest of the day after science.
And
You
then
had a
one of the
morning
weird
class,
trench
you went to
coats.
lunch, you
Yeah.
felt like it was
hard.
always on your hand.
Yeah, that and when you had chemistry lab and
The sulfur?
Yeah, the sulfur. You would smell that all day.
And then one of the weird trench coat kids stole the pig heart and took it with him out of class. And so, like,
Hey,
Devil worship.
keep an eye on that guy.
I don't know what that guy's up to,
Yeah,
and
but-
I don't want to know.
No,
I mean,
keep an eye on him the rest of the time he's at school.
I mean,
after
first red flag is wearing the trench coat. to school.
in Alabama, it's never cold enough for a trench coat.
Trench coat and combat boots.
Yeah, and stole a pig heart. Like
Yeah.
we're checking a lot of boxes really quickly there.
Yeah.
Scientists in China have developed gene-edited tomatoes that produce a distinctive popcorn-like aroma.
They put a stop to it?
Use CRISPR gene editing technology to modify key genes responsible for the aroma in tomatoes, creating what they described as, quote, extraordinary aromatic tomato plants. Now, the work aims to improve flavor and scent, which often decline after tomatoes are harvested and transported. According to the study documented Key AI Publishing, the popcorn-like smell comes from the increased levels of whatever this is, some natural compound associated with the scent of fragrant rice and buttered popcorn.
I would say that this type of research is how we ended up with COVID. We shouldn't be trying to turn our tomato smells into popcorn.
Yeah, I don't know why it's
that.
yeah.
I did not think of the
Like the
connection.
tomato really doesn't have much of a smell to begin with.
Yeah.
Like, why does it need it?
Let's work on something else.
I agree with you.
Let's make paper plants not smell like paper plants.
So if
Could you
think
smell it this morning? Is that
No,
what
I
you
couldn't
said
this
that?
morning, no.
Sometimes if the wind's just right, the Childersburg paper mill, I can occasionally catch a whiff of it.
When I drove to Auburn, I forget about it unless I drive down there. When I drove to Auburn for the Kentucky game, and when I was driving back even at night, which is a rarity that late at night, I got it both ways. And
Yeah.
I'm always like, how have we not in 2026? How do we have tomatoes that smell like popcorn?
Yeah,
and we can't make the paper plant smell better.
It smells like my toilet.
If you think the tomatoes that smell like popcorn are weird, they use the same CRISPR technology for gene editing in kids before they're born. So
That's what the figure skater did. That's what they say.
was
The
she
Chinese.
a CRISPR kid? I thought
Yeah.
she was
No,
just
no,
used
no.
like a surrogate or
No,
something.
I think there was one CRISPR kid that was the Chinese.
Not a great label, by the way.
No, but that's what they
Oh,
call
no,
him.
was it Eileen Gu? Was
You
that
know,
the CRISPR
Tyler,
one?
I have gotten way over my skis on this, but I
Okay.
saw a headline and I didn't click on it to read the story. But there was a CRISPR kid participating in the Olympics and it's got either was skating for China or was born in China, had Chinese connections. Do you got anything on me?
I'm not seeing.
Maybe I
anything.
bought into an urban legend. Tyler.
Just educate us on what you Googled. Did you Google CRISPR kid in the Olympics?
Yeah, that's exactly what I googled.
I could have been an urban legend there, Tyler. I'm not going to rule that out.
I mean, I've seen other people say that, but I just haven't seen any information on it.
Well, they're covering it up. I mean, are you going to believe the Chinese government?
Gene editing is strictly banned in the Olympics by the
Well, of
World
course.
Anti-Doping Agency.
That ain't gonna stop
as a
China.
form of gene doping.
You think China's going to abide by that?
No.
Please.
That's all I got.
And that is Trash Today, brought to you by our friends at Champy's, world famous fried chicken. Tyler, tell me if Champy's, if we're going to go back and just like hang out up here for 3, 4, 5 hours, what would you want today for lunch from our friends at Champy's, world famous fried chicken?
Well, you got to start with those famous chicken fingers, the happy chicken fingers. They're so juicy and flavorful.
Ranch, honey mustard, both.
I go ranch, but Champy's honey mustard is one of the only honey mustards I'll actually eat. It's that good.
Oh, wow.
I'll go with their
What a vote of
potato
confidence.
salad. I love the potato salad. I love the beans, the coleslaw, and
Your mouth watered a little bit right there, didn't it?
It did. And that's because I was thinking about those Mississippi Delta recipe tamales.
Champy's Chicken Highway 119 in Alabaster. Brown's going to leave us with this amazing stat today about Missouri and where they are as far as a path to the SEC tournament. Maybe the wildest variation with one game left to play that could impact Missouri's status when they get to Nashville next week.
Yeah, so this is according to Curtis Seabolt. Curtis covers Missouri. He gives a worst case for Missouri, so just follow me. These are all Saturday games, except for tonight where Texas and Arkansas play. Texas beats Arkansas tonight. Arkansas beats Missouri Saturday. The rest of these are Saturday. Kentucky beats Florida. This is probably the most outlandish. Is that in Gainesville?
No, it's in Lexington.
Okay, all right.
That's
on
a tough
the board.
game.
It's on the board. Texas A&M beats LSU. Georgia beats State. Vandy beats Tennessee. Texas beats Oklahoma. Those are not crazy outcomes.
Not at all.
If all of that happens, Missouri is the 10 seed. The 10 seed in Nashville. Here's what's crazy, Curtis points out. If all of that happens and Missouri beats Arkansas instead of Arkansas beats Missouri, Missouri's the 3 seed.
Yeah, so the same thing can happen, just one game.
Wow. One game changes it from a 10 seed to a 3 seed. That's how tight the SEC seeding is right now.
From playing on, is that day 1 10 or no?
Day 1 is 10, yeah. That's playing that first Thursday night, or first Wednesday night, I'm sorry.
11, 16, 12.
Yeah, it's 9 through 16.
14. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it's 9 through 16.
So on the first night or a double bye?
That's right. That's the difference Missouri's got right now.
Crazy.
All based on one game, potentially. Yeah. Now, I did look at it. I think worst case Alabama is 3 seed. They are locked into the double bye.
Oh, they are?
Well, yeah. Think about it.
Scenario with Kentucky and Tennessee.
Florida's 15-2. Alabama's 12-5. Arkansas's 11-5. Tennessee's 11-6. Kentucky's now 10-7. So the worst case, Alabama could finish with 6 losses, which would not have them in a tie with anyone other than Arkansas or Tennessee. And they hold the tiebreak there. So the worst case for them is 3rd. If I've done the math right, Auburn is locked into either an 11 or 12 after Georgia's win over Alabama last night.
So regardless, they're playing day 1.
Yeah, I think Auburn's locked into a day 1. I think the best they can do is an 11. Worst they could do is below a 12.
We will talk more about the Iron Bowl of basketball on Thursday and Friday. That is 7:30 to wrap up the regular season, Saturday night in Tuscaloosa. I'll tell you one more time, the next reel is available. I almost called it the last reel, which is taking Mick and Jake's last call and blending with the new Tyler and Lance show, which is the next reel. But you can get Mick and Jake on the same platform right there, talking everything SEC, Alabama. It's all right there with Mick Gillespie and Jake Coker, the last call. And the next reel with Tyler and LT talking about movies and entertainment. It's all there for you. It's part of our growing platform. And a brand new Bama and Bourbon about to be recorded now and coming out a little bit later on today from the new Bourbon Room. Until next time, God bless you and God bless America.